Welcome back to MLB at Field of Dreams from Dyersville, Iowa. The genuine article where Field of Dreams was filmed before going on to such critical success. And it is a nice night for baseball, something that a lot of us have been wringing our hands over for the last 48 hours or so. Mother Nature's falling in line. It's breezy. It had been wet and rainy all afternoon, but it looks like we're going to have clear skies. Rejoined by our Hall of Fame friend, CC Sabathia. I would imagine that was a first for you, walking out of the cornfield with 30 other Hall of Famers.
Yeah, I mean, that was an incredible experience. Hard not to get emotional when you think about the guys walking out of that corn and just seeing them. Like, it was pretty cool. It was awesome.
The music gets you, too. The James Horner score, such an emotional way to start a really special night here in Iowa. Let's get you to the starting lineup for the visiting team, the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies have scored 1 run in each of their last 2 games. Maybe the change of venue can get this lineup going. Look, it's filled with a lot of pop, a lot of all-stars, and a lot of guys who are capable of doing damage. And it all starts at the top with Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Schwarber, their OPS, he works walks, he finds a way to get on. He's obviously the home run power, but really you can lean on Kyle Schwarber and this veteran lineup to figure it out. They're not worried about the lineup and the offense with Don Mattingly. This
is the man that'll try to keep him quiet tonight. 24-year-old right-hander Taj Bradley making his 24th start of the year. He's a guy, CC, who a few years into the league now has increased his velocity, and he's in the midst of the best year of his life.
Yeah, and he's a guy that doesn't really worry about analytics, right? We talked to Derek Shelton earlier today, and he wants to pitch off feel. You know, I've had conversations with him throughout his career, and I kind of like that. You know, in an era where everybody wants to know numbers and trying to figure out the analytics, he's pitching off feel, and he's been, you know, he's been getting a good feel of you know, how to do that, so it's been really good.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear him talk about just letting it rip, not trying to do too much, trusting the 2 fastballs that are kind of off the charts. The 4-seamer, the velo is getting higher as the season goes on, and that's a look at the 4-pitch mix. But the 4-seam and the cutter, a little bit of a split mix. He's better against lefties than he is righties, and the Phillies lineup full of lefties, Matt.
Derek Shelton in his first year managing the Twins, and doing so to real critical success this year. Beloved in the clubhouse already and has had great results. And of course, Don Mattingly, whose resume is certainly befitting of the guys you walked out of the corn with about a half an hour ago, CC. And after his takeover in Philadelphia, Phillies found their stride. So 2 teams very much in playoff contention, and we are underway for the 3rd running of the Field of Dreams game here in Dyersville.
And this is a matchup I'm very excited, CC. Schwarber, who's really strong against right-handed cutters, versus a guy who has a lot of faith in his cutter, in Taj Bradley.
Yeah, we got to see who's better today, right? When you match up like that against a guy who's good on your best pitch.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Schwarber, Turner, and Harper for the Phillies. Taj Bradley's last start was a good one. He did not get a decision. Schwarber with a shot out to the corn in right. Keisha back, and it's gone! What a way to open the ball game! A corn-fueled Schwarbomb!
Well, Matt, watching batting practice, I did not expect the first at bat. Obviously, it's the Schwarbombs. I did not expect to see one that deep. There was barely any home runs hit. The flags are just howling in. But right here, Schwarber likes the cutter in, likes the fastball, and there is no ballpark, no wind that can stop that big man.
I mean, we just talked about it. You know, we're going to have to see who's executing better, right? Like, he loves the cutter, and that's the pitch that Taj is trying to go get outs with the lefty, and he didn't execute right there, and Schwarber made him pay.
Yeah, you think I felt like he wanted it in, gets it kind of in, but Schwarber beat him to the spot. What a start. Let's go.
Trey Turner now. And for Kyle Schwarber, his major league leading 36th of the year, into the teeth of the wind. I mean, it's blowing in from
that's
right.
A couple rows deep, if you know what I mean.
And a strike to Turner.
Looked like a straight 4-seamer right there, though. Not the cutter. Just
not the cutter.
4-seamer, leaked back over the plate, and Schwarber put a good swing on it.
Dude will just punish a fastball. And for Schwarber now, 22 of his 36 homers have come on heaters. It's not a secret, right? The league knows what he likes, but CC, to your point, matter of executing to a premier player.
A matter of executing to a premier player, and he's leading off.
pop in the infield. And Cody Clemens squeezes the first out of the night.
And right here, just nice, loose, relaxed hands, keeps them tight, doesn't even take a big swing. This is just a nice, easy, smooth swing, and he purified that one. And you talk about kind of the chills you get watching CC and the Hall of Famers come out, the beauty of this field, and you just feel like that energy can elevate you. And man, what a way to wake up the Phillies offense here in Iowa.
Bryce Harper now with a run in and one away.
And I think, Matty, just the nature of him leading off, the first hitter of the game, you're less likely to throw him a bunch of breaking balls and changeups. He's going to see fastballs. So you better put it in a good spot, or else that's going to happen.
Ball and a strike to count to Bryce Harper. So there was a time not long ago for Schwarber, there was a little worry because he went through a 17-game homerless stretch with ended on Sunday when he hit a pair of homers against Toronto. And you could kind of hear Phillies fans exhale and say, okay, our guy's going to be fine in the second half. And that exhale turned into a big old cheer here in Dyersville a moment ago.
Homers come in bunches. 36 now on the season.
Can we give a second to talk about Bryce's swag right now?
Let's
These
take a
cleats in the arm sleeve with the corn. He always brings it for every occasion. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
All-star game, whatever kind of one-off game we got, he brings the heat.
The spikes might be my favorite part. I mean, the arm sleeve that's corn cob is pretty good too.
And I don't think CC anybody really has a problem with it not being in the 1939 uniform scheme.
No,
you got to have the new kicks.
You got to have the new kicks.
And let's take a look at the Twins defense tonight behind Bradley in the outfield from left to right. You got Larnach, you have Byron Buxton back in center field, Keyshaw in right. On the infield, you got Brooks Lee at third, the young rookie, very confident, athletic Cole Pepper, Cody Clemens at second, Royce Lewis at first, and Ryan Jeffers working with Taj Bradley.
One in, one out, one on for Luis Arraez. Four-time All-Star and three-time batting champ. Wanted to challenge that pitch, but there is no ABS challenge in play here for this game. I feel like Louis knew that, and he did it anyway. So Field of Dreams is a temporary major league venue, and it doesn't have all the permanent tracking technology installed at big league ballparks that's required for ABS. And that is a big difference tonight.
Yeah, we're playing a game in the cornfield. So we're throwing it back.
We're going old school, baby.
We are throwing it back.
Counts 0-2 on Arraez. Back up the middle and through for a base hit. Harper will wrap around to third, and here come the Phillies with runners hit the corners and already a run in with one gone.
And this is just vintage Arraez. I've been watching it all season with the Giants, and a couple of little slow games, but he's hitting the ball hard right here. And you see the wind blowing in. Harper, beautiful secondary, hustling all the way to get to third with less than 2 outs. And you're just going to see a lot of that from Arraez. Low line drives. He's going to put the ball in play, and he's a catalyst.
I love it. I mean, I think he's great for any lineup. I mean, any contending lineup, you put that type of guy at the top or in the middle of your lineup, he's going to produce, and it's going to be people running around the bases every time he gets up because he's going to put good swings on balls.
It's a master at work, CC.
So the infield comes in now for the Twins, and with runners at the corners, it's Bryson Stott, who's in the middle of a 5-game hitting streak. He wastes no time. That's slicing into the gap, and that's going to drop. Harper scores easily. 2-0 Philadelphia.
And I think Bryson got a little bit of the wind, kind of blew this one away from Byron Buxton, and Arraez thought he was going to catch it, but the wind's just howling in. Right here, gets a four-seamer, doesn't try to do too much, kind of stay in it, trying to drive this run in, look for a sacrifice fly, but the wind just, Byron playing him the other way, and just fades too far away from both outfielders.
So it doesn't take long for major league players to kind of get over the uniqueness and the special nature of this standalone game and get right into it. It's already 2-0 game. And now a chance for Alec Boehm with 2 runs in, 1 away, runners at first and second. So I got something for you here, CC, because Taj Bradley and Aaron Nola, who goes for the Phillies tonight, they've both had trouble limiting the damage on their fastball. All 3 hits are on fastball so far for the Phillies. At what point do you make an adjustment? Too early for that first inning?
No, I mean, you definitely need to start making an adjustment because they're being aggressive, right? And they're coming out there looking for a cutter, and he's throwing four-seamers, so they're actually getting barrels to the ball. So he has to come out, probably make a little adjustment, start throwing his split or change, and try to get these guys off his heater a little bit, especially the lefties.
It's out to right for Keyshaw. He makes the catch, and that's out number 2.
But if the lefties know that you're coming in with a cutter and you keep throwing the four-seamer, it's easier for them to get the barrel to it.
So 2 gone. And now Brandon Marsh, the Phillies left fielder, a first-time All-Star this year, who looks very much at home in the vintage 1939 to 1941 road grays that the Phillies are sporting tonight. He's in there aggressively offering at the first pitch.
The lefties have been super aggressive on Taj tonight. Like I said, maybe just expecting that cutter in and getting that four-seamer and just trying to put good swings.
You can see a bit of a game plan from the Phillies to get ready because he's rearing back and letting it fire.
The ball on a strike. Marsh, the 7th Philly to hit in the first inning. Already a 2-0 lead for the visitors. One pitch. Wow. Okay.
Bradley, a little head nod right there. Felt that call. Take another look right here. This four-seamer and just a little bit outside.
Ooh, I need that.
CC needs that.
And that one's airmailed. And that screen is real close to us, as a matter of fact. We're right on top of this. There's not a lot of room between the backstop and home plate. Nobody could advance on that potential wild pitch.
And this is pretty good from Arise. I mean, obviously you want to try to get a secondary, but this bounces right back to Jeffers and easily could have maybe turned and thrown him out. So good hold at second. You're in scoring position.
Intimate setting here in Dyersville. 3 balls and a strike and a full count now to Marsh. By the way, we are so on top of it here. This is the way it used to be, fellas, before the new ballparks were built and they kicked the broadcasters to the way top where you needed oxygen to call the game.
I just get such the memories of just the childhood games. Like I want to take a foul ball back and get a Dr. Pepper or something. Get a soda.
And there's ball 4 that loads the bases with 2 gone. Dimensions here in Dyersville are all major league dimensions. 335 down the lines, 400 to straightaway center, and again a very intimate setting with 8,000 of your closest friends in attendance. So we have a little meeting at the mound, and a developing trend, I guess, CC, to watch for here is that the only 2 outs that Bradley has recorded have come against the only 2 right-handed hitters he's faced tonight. All the lefties have reached.
Yeah, and this lineup is full of lefties. Good swinging, good hitting lefties. And, like I said, we talked about earlier, the attack with the cutter. He's just going to have to get that four-seamer in a better spot. The velocity upticked right there a little bit with Brandon Marsh. He 3-1 fastball was 97. That 3-2 fastball was 97. So let's see if he can get it going a little bit and, start throwing a little harder.
When you're 25, 26 pitches into an inning, 26 currently for Taj, how are you feeling out there?
It's the first inning, so you're literally just trying to get your feet under you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just trying to make sure that the delivery's good. You can deliver strikes, when you need to. But these guys are being aggressive and putting some good swings on some pitches.
3-time All-Star JT Realmuto now. Bases are loaded with 2 runs in and 2 away. Sliced foul and out of play.
I think the one thing he needs to realize now is he's just 1 pitch away from getting out of this, right? You got the bases loaded. You gave up 2. Game's not over. They got to score anyway. That's what I was always thinking. We got to score anyway. So if I can limit the damage and get us back in the dugout, we'll have a chance the Twins will have a chance to score some runs and get back in the game.
And catch your breath and come back out and make an adjustment.
Count is 0-2 on JT Realmuto. 8th Philly to bat in the inning. You know, players, and I don't have to tell you guys, are such creatures of habit, pitchers in particular. This is a whole different vibe. Both teams arrived here today. They had day games yesterday. They're going to take off tonight. This is very different from the rest of the 161 that they'll play this year. And sometimes that means an uneven start for somebody.
Yeah, I mean, and even like traveling, you know, starters traveling the day of the game, you know, like when I was coming in, I was going out to see the Airbnb, the house. I seen Aaron Nola coming to the field. It's the first time seeing the field. So he just wanted to get out here, see the mound, walk around, and it's something unique for a starting pitcher to show up the first, you know, the day that you're starting in the big leagues, because normally you get there the night before, get a good night's sleep, and get some good rest.
Breaking ball misses inside. It's 2-2 to Realmuto now.
And just the vibe in the clubhouse, especially with the Twins, the enthusiasm, the feel of how it just kind of brings you back and breaks the monotony of the big league season. It reminds you kind of the wonders of the game. They were all ecstatic to be here.
Fly ball to right that should get Bradley out of any further trouble, and it will. But a good start to the ball game for the visitors. Kyle Schwarber's major league leading 36th homer. One of the 2 runs that gives Philly an early lead in the cornfield.
Okay, I'm giving a lecture.
As we check out Derek Shelton's Minnesota Twins starting lineup, this has been a loud bunch. They've scored 18 runs over their last 3 games, and the big news today is that fella's back. Byron Buxton, their unquestioned most dangerous bat and lineup leader, the 3-time All-Star, playing for the first time since July 28th. As he's off the injured list, having conquered a hip injury. And on the mound for the Phillies, it's the 33-year-old veteran right-hander making his 25th start of the season, Aaron Nola.
Yeah, and a look at the numbers for Aaron Nola. 3-9 with a 5.47. Doesn't tell the whole story. He's starting to put some good numbers together. 125 innings, 129 strikeouts, but he has allowed 29 home runs this season. So we'll see here in the cornfields if he can keep the ball in the yard.
Yeah, we had the meeting with Mattingly earlier today, and he talked about maybe the ABS being a problem for Nola. You know, at the beginning of the season, because he's a guy like lived on the edges. So you got to try to figure out how to get, you know, outs in the zone, because the hitters have been really good with the ABS and laying off of pitches that they don't think are strikes. And, you know, that's made it tough for some of these, you know, I guess, older pitchers.
He's going to have to make some adjustments and maybe take advantage of no ABS here today and that command. It's a good point, CC.
We just saw the Arsenal breakdown for Nola. There's a line shot out to right. Trevor Larnach opens the home half with a base hit. The bread and butter pitch for Nola is and has always been his outstanding knuckle curveball, as you saw in the StatCast 3D breakdown powered by Google Cloud. And when he gets ahead in the count and can make guys chase that under the strike zone, good things can happen for him.
Yeah, it really has been his one saving grace this season. He's using it at around a 33% clip. He does have a six pitch mix, but if you're the Twins right there, you have a long inning for your starter. It's really important for that leadoff batter to work some pitches and to get on the bag. That's a big at bat.
Here is the 3-time All-Star Byron Buxton, who takes a look at a sinker for strike 1. Twins lineup was okay without him. They start play tonight with the 2nd highest runs per game scoring average in the American League. But make no mistake, if the Twins are going to go into the postseason, this is a guy they need to have healthy and out there for 4 at-bats a night.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's a catalyst for this team. I mean, superstar player, your center fielder. But yeah, I mean, if they're going to make a playoff run, or they're going to, you know, make a run in October, he has to be the guy that's going to carry him.
Out on his front foot, popped up. Realmuto for out number 1. Let's check in with Lauren Shahadi.
Matt, it's pain management for Byron Buxton. He says it's nagging day to day. When he turns on a dime, though, it's sharper pain. He got a cortisone shot over the weekend. And then Derek Shelton, his manager, threw him batting practice. Shelton said, am I good at BP? No. Have I been able to brush my hair since because I'm so sore? No. But I had to put eyes on Byron, and he's in a good spot.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool that the skipper went out there, and I want to see how you respond to a ball that's on your hip or having to open up on something that's on the outside of the plate. So I'm going to throw BP and figure out if you're ready to go or not. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, Buxton trusts him to be able to do that. And I love that Shelty has that, confidence in himself and, within the organization to be able to go out and, give the okay if he's ready to play or not.
1 out, 1 on now for the catcher, Ryan Jeffers. Yeah, it's pretty special. I was watching Don Mattingly take field balls at first base from Stott at third, and playing catch with his son as well, as you have to do when you come to the Field of Dreams. Louis, he talked about maybe getting that opportunity, and really cool these managers getting active.
Jam shot, man, that's rolled slowly to Stott. Tough barehanded chance. He's not going to be able to have a play on it. It's an infield single for Jeffers, and the Twins putting together an early rally here in the first.
Well, there you have it right there. The ground attack, put the ball in play, good things happen. And Jeffers kind of speedy for a catcher, not very normal. And Stott, put it in your pocket, the swing and bunt. Got to lift weights to hit him that far.
Those are the ones that keep you up at night.
As a pitcher?
Oh, yeah. I'd rather give up 110 mile an hour off the bat than give up those all night.
As a hitter, those are sweet babies. It always evens out.
Big spot here for the Twins. One of their hottest hitters now with runners on and 1 away. It's the switch hitting DH Josh Bell. Bell's reached base safely in 16 straight, longest streak on the roster. And he has clicked Aaron Nola 3 times for home runs in his career. We just saw part of the Phillies defense with Stott at third base. This is a very different look as to what they lined up before the trading deadline, Hunter.
Yeah, let's take a look at that defense that's shuffled around a bit. You got Brendan Marsh in left, Justin Crawford in center. Now Bryce Harper playing in right field. Stott at third, Turner at short. Arise now at second. Alec Bohm moves to first, and Real Muto behind home plate.
Ball and a strike to Bell. Chase that knuckle curve, and it's 1-2.
And that's kind of the vintage Nola, what you want to see. The knuckle curve is the one pitch that has had great run value, and there you can see the kind of rotation gets him to chase the one down low. What do you see, CC?
That's a great pitch. I mean, you want to go back to it right here, try to get a strikeout or a ground ball on the ground.
Missed with it, and it's 2-2.
Right on the same page, CC. Veteran pitcher.
Talking about the Phillies defense, I think it's, you got to give Bryson Stott a lot of credit for being willing to move when they acquire Luis Arise to third base, and Bohm being able to move. But yeah, I mean, they juggled their defense, but you have to give those guys, those veteran guys, a lot of credit for being willing to move to try to make the team better.
Let's face it, the Phillies have had a couple of postseason runs that have been shorter than what they thought they were capable of, and they were aggressive at the trade deadline and really kind of shocked the system. We'll talk about that as we continue tonight. Next pitch home to Bell. Changeup that missed.
And Matty, when a guy's clicked you 3 times, you know it. You got to be careful. Even when you get the 2 strikes, you got 2 runners on. You need to make a quality pitch to get this guy out.
Full count. Runners at first and second with 1 away. Big pitch coming up from Nola. The 3-2 home, and he got him. You go back to who you came to the dance with. Yeah, your best partner, the knuckle curve.
Got to throw your best pitch on 3-2.
And that's the knuckle curve for Aaron Nola. And right here, he has the guts. It's going to be ball 4 if he can lay off of it. But Josh Bell got him chasing.
And a lot of times when you throw that 3-2 pitch, if it's an off-speed pitch, you try to throw it for a strike. But again, he knows that Bell's clipped him a couple times. So you got to make a pitch and live or die. If he swings, strike 3. If he doesn't, you got to live with the walk.
Ball and no strikes. The count to Royce Lewis.
But that's kind of the thing about, his knuckle curve kind of breaks a little bit more than the average, and it looks like a strike for a long time. Really tough as a hitter to lay off of that pitch.
Two balls and no strikes to Lewis. Royce Lewis, like Josh Bell, has been hot. 12 RBIs in his last 15 games. Line to shortstop for Trey Turner, and just like that, Aaron Nola's out of trouble. 2 left stranded in the home first, onto the second. 2-0 Phillies.
250 reasons to choose T-Mobile.
First memory of having a catch with my dad, I was probably 3 years old, hanging out, rolling around, and just throwing in the living room.
We would always go out in the ball field on the weekends, play catch. Kind of did that throughout my whole childhood.
Favorite memories of playing catch with my dad. Got a lot of them. Everything in the backyard was kind of where I learned with my dad.
Father-son component of the movie Field of Dreams is impossible to miss. And there's some terrific father-son stories here. Don Mattingly works for one of his sons, son Preston, who's the general manager of the team. And he has another son out here to play catch with. And it is play catch.
It's not have a catch.
They say have a catch in the movie, but it's play catch. That's all I've ever known. It's the movies.
2-0 Phillies as we pick up the second, and another father-son story at the plate. He's a quick strikeout victim. We didn't even have a chance to talk about Justin and his dad Carl, but we'll get to that. One of the greatest players in Tampa Bay Rays franchise history, and the strikeout recorded for Taj Bradley.
And that split just absolutely takes off. Kind of makes Justin Crawford look a little silly.
Back to Kyle Schwarber, who opened the game with a solo homer. At what point, CC, when you see stuff like this, do you feel like there's ownership? Schwarber's faced Taj Bradley 3 times, 2 homers and a walk.
That's owning a guy for sure. And like I said earlier, you know when a guy has you, right? You know when you can't throw a fastball by a guy. You know when your stuff is not good enough to get a guy out, and you face a guy 3 times, you take it deep twice, and you walk him the other time, you know.
To the gap. Playable for Buxton.
And then every time the ball goes in the air like that, you hold your breath.
Ownage is ownage, but this time Taj gets him.
And that was a good pitch to hit right there too. That breaking ball was out over the plate, so Schwarb just barely missed that pitch too.
97 off the bat of Schwarb, not enough to center field.
So 2 gone, bases empty for Trey Turner now, and this is not the first time we've seen Taj Bradley potentially work through a rocky first inning. His first inning ERA at the start of play today was 6.5, but moving forward it's less than half that. So get over that first inning, get through it, and better things come during the course of a start.
That's just a little anxiety to start the game, just trying to figure out, you know, the game, trying to get a feel, you know, like we talked about earlier, and just having that little bit of anxiety and not being able to execute.
And Taj, kind of a young guy that, you know, Derek Shelton talks about, you know, overthrowing and having a lot of passion and playing with energy. And when he settles in and kind of calibrates, he kind of hits his rhythm, and you can see him a lot calmer here in the second inning.
I mean, a lot of teams now have a guy that can take you deep, the first hitter, with Schwarber or Ohtani or whoever it is. But you used to be able to settle into a game. You know what I mean?
Nice
like,
it
used to be only Soriano back in the day when I was throwing. Like everybody else was like, all right, I can throw a fastball over the plate and won't get hurt here. But now, I mean, you have to be on from pitch 1.
It is not safe in the leadoff, especially with the Schwarber bombs.
I say this all the time. It should be illegal to swing at the first pitch of the game.
Third walk of the game already issued by Bradley, and with 2 out, Turner's aboard in front of Bryce Harper now, who walked and scored in the first. And Bryce has done a lot of that this year. He's got the 3rd highest walk total in the sport. That's part of keeping your OPS healthy, your on-base percentage healthy. Bryce willing to take the base on balls. 1-1.
And you just take a look at the numbers, and Bryce continues to be an elite hitter. The walks, the homers, consistent, stable, tough at bats.
I just saw his bat. It's got corn on the bat too.
He's got corn.
Swag is off the charts. I'm loving it.
2 balls and a strike to Harper.
Need that Harper sizzle. Take a look at this bat right here. The stock.
The stock. Victus does a good job.
Bryce has to have his own guys at Under Armour Invictus, right? Because he's changing gear so often. Ha! Just missed. 3 balls and a strike. I mean, the detail is such that the corn is buttered.
I'm gonna butter this ball up, baby. That's awesome.
That is.
3 balls and a strike to Harper. Turner stays put at first, and Bryce takes a rip at a heater and fouls it back.
Hey, we got the corn in the stands.
I was told a little bit later on our Anthony Rizzo is going to come up here and regale us with some dad jokes regarding corn. Did you guys hear about that?
I did.
I'm ready. I love a good dad joke.
Riz has a bunch of material he's going to break out tonight. Full count, 3-2. And a called strike 3 taken by Harper to get Bradley out of the inning. Runner left stranded through an inning and a half in Dyersville. Phillies lead it 2-0. Welcome back to MLB at Field of Dreams on Netflix. A 2-0 lead for the Phillies, as we are pleased to be joined by Phillies All-Star center fielder Brandon Marsh, kind enough to wear a mic and an earpiece for us. Brandon, thanks for the visit. Cody Clemens digging in against Aaron Nola. How are you enjoying the corn in the outfield?
Man, this is crazy in a good way. This is so much fun. You know, just going over before the game this afternoon and seeing the just seeing where it all took place, where they all shot the footage out over there, and it's special, man. It's just puts it all into perspective, and just makes you realize you're just playing a kid's game. Go have some fun, man.
Brandon and CC Sabathia, I know it's difficult to get here in the middle of the season, but do you guys get up for these games? Or you guys still get super excited to be able to come here and play these one-off games like this?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you know, it's a good little switch up for us. Not saying baseball gets boring, but as you guys know, it's a lot of games, you know, so getting a good switch up, a different atmosphere, looking at all the corn and all, and just, you know, just seeing all the kids' faces and everyone just smiling, happy, and you know, that's just what it's all about. So we're soaking it all in just like everyone else is and just having some fun with it.
Now, Brandon, this is Hunter Pence here. Can you describe kind of the emotions of just that intro when the Hall of Famers are coming out, the memories of the movie, the nostalgia of, you know, growing up and all the sacrifices your family makes for you to make it this far? What was that feeling like for you?
Yeah, you know, it gives your body like those good chills, you know. Over here, it gives your body those good chills, just let you know that you're in the right place, you know. Let you know you're where you're supposed to be, and you know, it's just one of these days where, for me, I just want to soak it all in. You know, watching all the Hall of Famers coming in from the corn and us standing on the line admiring them, it was special, you know. So this is a great event. They did really well with it.
Luke Keyshaw now after the strikeout of Cody Clemens. I want to know what you guys think about when you see Kyle Schwarber lift a solo homer, a leadoff homer into the corn. I mean, it was just, he's almost like a mythological character for us.
I mean, at this point, are you surprised, you know?
No.
It's very, very hard to do what he does so often.
Oh, Keyshaw out to left. And into the corn. Keyshaw's 7th of the year cuts the deficit in half. A 2-1 Philadelphia lead.
Well, the wind is still blowing in. He's able to cut the wind here. And what a nice swing right there. Brandon, I got to ask you, did you think did that ball carry or did it get knocked down a little bit?
That ball was carrying further than it was in BP, I'll tell you that. But it's sorry, can we go back to what we were talking about?
We want to forget about that homer. He gets a fastball inside, pulls the hands in. This is 102 off the bat, Brandon, and that's kind of purified. But you almost got there. How's the calibration of the warning track and the fence? You feeling a little familiar yet?
You got 3 steps and a jump. That one was just a little bit out of reach. But any closer, we're going to scale it and try to get there. But just a little too far.
Yeah, that one clearly way into the couple row. One row deep, but a little bit too far.
It wasn't a wall scraper, but it definitely wasn't like way back. It was just a little out of reach for me.
But as a pitcher, I can appreciate the scaling and trying to catch everything you can. We definitely love that.
Yeah, if there's any opportunity, you know, we're going and getting it. But yeah, Hunter, sorry, Phil, I don't know if we're first name basis, but
we are.
I wanted to let you know. I know I've told you this before in the past, but you were my comp coming out of high school.
Let's go, baby, my guy.
And that was right after you guys were tearing it up, winning all those World Series. So it was an honor to be in the same category as you. I know you were light years ahead of me and still are, but it was an honor to be put in the same conversation as you, man.
Well, Brandon, it means a lot for me to hear you say that, and the way you hustle and the way you play the game. You know, I always just prided myself on I was hard, I wasn't talent, and I love to play the game, and I see the same thing from you. So
yeah, it's one of those things where there's a lot of really good players in this game, right? Like really, really good. And I like to put myself up there too, but it's one of those
you're an all-star, Brandon. You're an all-star.
Definitely up there.
But just humbly speaking, I got to work harder, really, really hard to stay on the field with these guys. So it's you know, taking a little page out of your book sometimes helps me out a lot.
On a couple of hops to second for Luis Arise, and Brooks Lee retired for out number 2.
So Brandon, this allows me a fun conversation because y'all took my guy Luis Arise, you brought him over. How about the energy and the enthusiasm that he plays, and just the work ethic and the craft and love of baseball you see from him?
I mean, just talk about as pure of a hitter as they come. You know, I didn't have the luxury of watching like a Tony Gwynn or a Pete Rose, but it's you know, he's in that category, and he's special. His work ethic is second to none. That dude's a freak in a good way. He's unbelievable, and I'm really thankful he's wearing the Phillies on his chest now.
It's going to be exciting to watch y'all down the stretch. And talk about your teammates being willing to shift defense to bring in another bat that's going to, you know, Arise. It doesn't matter how good the pitcher is. He's going to find a way to put it in play and do something dangerous. But tell us a little bit about the camaraderie and the teammates and the respect to move to bring him in.
Yeah, I mean, you got to tip your cap to guys like Hart, Stott, and Bohm, you know, dudes that are solidified in this game, everyday players, and just them shifting around, Hart going to right, like just going back and just like it was like he was just playing yesterday. And you know, Stotty playing the heck out of third and Bohm picking it at first. It's been really fun to watch and fun to be a part of, and it really just it lengthens out our lineup. You know, it's putting Louis in the middle of it. Get guys on, he hits them all in, and the second half of the order isn't one to mess with either. So it just helps our lineup and helps our team just be more complete.
Counts ball and 2 strikes on the rookie Kalen Culpepper.
And it was honestly great to see, right? Right before the trade deadline, Bryce came out and said, you know, it'd be great to get some reinforcements in here. They trade for Arise, and guess who has to move? Bryce.
Yeah.
And he did.
Guess
no problem.
To move.
You know what I'm saying? Who's
like
willing to move?
It's just you got to tip your cap like that.
Respect.
You know, and that's what Louis said in his presser was the respect that we all have for him. Even before he got over here, it just speaks to it. And you know, you got an all-star first baseman in Harper moving the right field for you. You know, you got to be a little special, you know.
The sacrifice is when you know, if you're able to accomplish getting to the playoffs and making a deep run and the champagne celebrations, that's what makes that burn of the champagne worth it. So
most definitely, and you know, God willing, that's where we want to be at. And we've had some good runs the last couple of years, but we got to go finish the drill. We got to get there first. But yeah, we definitely have the team to go have some fun with it this October, man.
Brandon, we appreciate you. Thanks for visiting with us.
Yeah, thank you guys. You guys have a good one.
looking out over that corn right there.
You debuted for the Yankees in '82, so what, 44 years later, you're still, wow, you're still having first. What has this game meant to your life?
Baseball has been great for me. I always look back and feel grateful for all the opportunities, being in a place like this, going to Japan, Australia, being able to raise a family in the game. It's a great place to be.
And to do this with your sons. Kyle into the wind in the first. How's the field playing?
Looks good. We know it's going to be blown in a little bit. Kyle talked about it before the game, that nothing's going out to right, but obviously he proved it different.
Thanks, Don.
Got it.
His lineup up against Lauren, a little different looking Taj Bradley, who's mixed in the cutter a little bit more since the rocky start to the ball game. And here's Bryson Stott after a first pitch out to Luis Ariz. I think, you know, Don Mattingly, of course, we so know him as a Yankee, of course, during his playing time, and he's managed a number of different teams. But as Lauren mentioned, for Don, it all started in a setting not dissimilar to this one. Indiana guy, and we asked him what he thought when he saw the ballpark earlier today. He said it brought me right back to being a kid.
Talk about going to his brother's games and driving through a cornfield, and it was a baseball field there, and that's kind of what we did today. But that's pretty cool that he has those memories, and you know, this game can bring him back to it. When Lauren said he debuted 44 years ago, that made me feel old. Wow.
Tough to believe it happens quick.
2 balls and 2 strikes the count to Bryson Stott. Drove in one of the 2 first inning runs for the Phillies. Stott wasting no time to run his hitting streak to 6 straight. He's really been good. 9 for his last 20. And on a lineup card for Don Mattingly that features bigger names, I don't think they've had anybody perform better than Bryson Stott this year.
And 9 for 20 constitutes being on a tear. And not to mention, you know, talking with some of the Phillies, they're saying that, you know, just moving over to third base, he's been exceptional. You know, you imagine that's got to be really tough to go from one side of the field, second base to third. It's one of the toughest, the hot corner is one of the toughest infield positions to play, and they're just raving about what he's been able to do.
Tap back to the mound for Bradley. Taj threw a changeup over to first base, but still gets his man. MLB on Netflix is brought to you by T-Mobile, America's best network. Connect you to America's pastime. That's the actual genuine article. The house from the movie. It's an Airbnb.
Listen, I would love to stay in there.
What a great idea.
That would be awesome.
Sit on the porch, watch the sunset.
Oh.
Fergie told me that they used to come here and stay in the house and play a game back in the day.
First pitch home to Alec Bohm, smothered by Cody Clemens. What a play. Makes for a 1-2-3 third behind Taj Bradley.
Welcome back to Iowa with Twins manager Derek Shelton. Not much phases Taj. How has he settled in?
He's settled in nice. I mean, tough first inning, battled through it. I mean, this is a really potent offense. You know, he gave up the homer early, but last inning, 10 pitches, I think really good sign his stuff's getting better.
You better pull all the right moves because Dad Ron's in the second row. He's watching every move. How has his love for the game grown yours, Derek?
Well, it's where my love for the game came from. I mean, he was a high school coach. He's in the Illinois High School Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame. I mean, we're from the Midwest, but, you know, my love for the game comes from just being able to spend time with him.
He told me to tell you that Mom and him are so proud and to make your bed.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, he doesn't have to tell me to make my bed anymore, but I was able to play catch with him today, which was pretty cool, and I think it's really special that he's able to be here today.
Enjoy every moment, Derek.
All right, thank you very much.
Matt.
Well, Lauren, thanks. The Twins active this year. Buyers at the deadline. Derek Shelton really has so much to do with their success and in a better than advertised season in 2026 so far. They're back to the top of the order here in the third for Trevor Larnach. Larnach, Buxton, and Jeffers against Aaron Nola.
You see, Matty, Shelty plays catch with his dad. He doesn't have a catch with his dad.
You got to play catch.
Plays catch.
Listen, that is something special. Getting an opportunity this deep in your career to once again play catch with your dad here at the Field of Dreams. Nothing beats that. That's the magic of baseball, if you ask me.
There are so many great father-son stories in this matchup. And it's so neat that Derek's dad is here watching the game tonight. We're going to speak to a player's father coming up here in a bit that you may have heard of. Guy that played baseball a little bit.
Decent player.
Decent player. 7 Cy Young Awards. That qualifies Roger Clemens as a pretty decent player.
Somewhat of a superhero. Introduces himself as Rocket.
That's right. And we just saw Cody make a tremendous play to end the previous half inning. Goes to a full count now on Trevor Larnach, leading things off in the home half of the third.
And I was going to say, I was making a point about that Twins defense. It's super athletic on the infield with Brooks Lee at third. You got the Culpepper at short. And if Cody can play second base like that and Royce Lewis is a shortstop playing first base, it's pretty good infield defense.
And they'll try it again. Not surprising that Nola offered a knuckle curve to try to finish the at bat. All 3 of his strikeouts have come against the knuckle curve tonight.
Probably going to go back to it right here, too.
You see Trevor kind of making the adjustment, able to spoil that one, calibrating. The more you see it, the more you got a chance to meet it.
The next 3-2 pitch. Sinking into center field, a base hit to lead the inning off for Trevor Larnach, his second of the game.
With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn all of your purchases into extraordinary trips. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
So leadoff hitter aboard for Byron Buxton, who popped out to the catcher in his first at bat tonight. Sharply hit to third. Stott to Arise. The relay back to first is not in time. If Byron Buxton's hip was hurting him still, you'd never know it by the way he cooked down the line.
Yeah, hustling all the way right here. Arise has a very strong arm, gets a funny feed, but absolutely throws a bullet. And this is bang bang at first base. Buxton just able to get the toe in. Beat the throw, so it's got the speed still, CC.
Definitely got the speed. And that was a pretty good play on a hot ball by Bryson Stott over there. I'm just amazed that these guys are able to move around the diamond and still able to make plays like that.
So 1 out, 1 on now for Ryan Jeffers. And we should also note the fact that while ABS is not in play here, there still are managerial challenges as per usual.
And a very good no challenge because Buxton clearly got there.
Counts a ball and no strikes to Ryan Jeffers. Jeffers went through a trade deadline period at the end of July where he probably heard his name mentioned a lot. There were so many teams shopping for catching help. And Ryan is one of the plus upside offensive catchers in the sport. I think the Twins showed their fan base how serious they are about competing this year when they held on to Jeffers, when they held on to Joe Ryan. And I know that folks in the Twin Cities were so pleased that that happened, especially when you consider the pairing off at last year's deadline.
But not only the fan base, Matty, the clubhouse too. Mm-hmm. You know, you trade a guy like that and it just deflates your clubhouse. It's like, oh, we don't have a chance to win if you're trading one of our best offensive options.
And I mean, coming into this game, and it's climbing an 878 OPS at the catching position. It's a bit of a unicorn.
That leads all catchers among those with at least 200 plate appearances. Fouled that one away, and it's 2-2. All right, so let's get inside of Aaron Nola's brain here. He's had success with his knuckle curve. It's his favorite finishing pitch. He's in a 2-strike count. What would we expect to see here, CC?
2-2 right here. I mean, I would expect him to go to the knuckle curve. And every time I've said that, he's throwing the fastball.
Going cheap. Hey, but he
grunted on that one too. That was 94.
Hey, speed him up. Now maybe even a changeup.
Yeah, you would have to think he's going to go something off speed here with 2-2 and probably 3-2-2 to be honest.
But Jeffers just showed him he's a little bit late on the fastball. He's sitting something soft.
Next 2-2 pitch. You got him. Man, when that pitch is under the zone, it is nasty.
And it's a bit of a now you see me, now you don't. And, you know, no ABS right here. Look at this. It's in the strike zone for so long and then just in the dirt. And it's late and breaking. And that's where you see an 870 OPS hitter in the big leagues take a swing like that. Aaron Nola.
And when you're on the mound, Hunter, you don't know if, I mean, you can't really see if a guy's late. Like you see him foul a ball off over here, but you don't know.
You don't feel that?
No, you can't. You really can't.
So all 4 strikeouts for Nola tonight have come on the signature knuckle curve. He got Josh Bell on that pitch in the first. It was a long at bat. Josh saw 7 pitches before finally succumbing to the strikeout. 2-out base runner is Buxton in a 1-run game. In Aaron Nola's last start Saturday in Toronto, he struck out 8 and got to the magical 2,000 plateau. Only he and Hall of Famer Steve Carlton, who walked out of the corn about an hour ago, have been able to accomplish that as Phillies. Those are the 2 records bold ink in just about every pitching stat in franchise history.
Well, Nola has logged a tremendous amount of innings in his career, and you know, a guy who just continues to pitch very rarely on the IL. I think his last stint in 2017.
Came upstairs with a heater and caught Josh Bell by surprise there.
Yeah, he's got him in between right now because he keeps swinging at that knuckle curveball. Like he feels like he can get to it. And he's got him in between on that heater right there. It was a last-minute decision to try to swing at that.
Yeah, he was looking for the curve to start there, and that curve didn't curve. It was a heater.
Back-to-back fastballs, a little chop shot for Stott, bare hand, and got him. Runner left stranded in the 3rd. On to the 4th in a 1-run game.
America. A people. Being in Major League Ballpark, having catch with my dad was probably 3, 4, 5 years old. Playing catch with him on the field, really special moment that I remember very vividly to this day.
Going to old Yankee Stadium as a kid was amazing. He got his 300th win there. Have some memories getting the dirt off the mound, putting it in Ziploc bags. That one is a great one for me.
Well, there's some terrific father-son stories in this matchup and in Major League Baseball. None better than the one we're about to present to you. 7-time Cy Young Award winner, 11-time All-Star, the Rocket himself, Roger Clemens, joining us in the booth. And we have Cody Clemens joining us with a microphone and an earpiece. Hi, Cody.
Hey, what's going on?
We got your old man up here.
I love that.
Brandon Marsh leads things off. And I guess, Roger, the fact that Cody is having one of the best years of his career, maybe the best, has to be an enormous sense of pride for you and your family.
Yeah, great to be with you guys. Thanks. Great to see some familiar faces up here. And yeah, it's fun watching Cody do his thing. You know, my boys, first of all my boys get on me because I named him with the letter K. And they're all hitters. They go, what are you doing, Dad? What's up with that? And then anytime I start to talk hitting with Cody, Cody tells Dad, hey, stay in your lane. You were a good bunter.
Yeah, I mean, he knows how to get people out, so.
Is that not good, though, Cody? Is that not good to help out? Like, he knows sequencing, right?
Yeah, no, that's true. That's where I pick his brain from.
Ah, man. CC will love this. Cody, when I throw BP to him at home, I'm on the edges all the time. He goes, Dad, it's not in your DNA to throw one right down the middle, is it?
Yeah, he knows how to break bats.
You have to have a good approach right out of the gates.
You still throw, Roger?
Hunter knows, yeah. They still got Poppy Rocket out there chunking in. Then we got the Grand Boys and. But Hunter knows he's seen that. He's seen that stuff at the house.
Rocket struck me out with the splitter.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Split, he made an appearance on it too.
But Rocket, you were so involved. You know, I got to play with Colby. You would come and throw BP to us while you were still pitching in the big leagues. And I got to ask Cody and Rocket actually, because this is kind of the question of the day: is it have a catch or play catch?
It's have a catch.
Ooh, hot take, Rocket.
Hot take.
On it.
Hey, I watched the movie last night. I had to.
Before you watched the movie, was it have a catch or was it play catch?
I remember it want to have a catch.
Okay, all right.
We're going to do something fun as soon as the game ends today too, so it's going to be cool what we're going to do on the field.
Yeah, we got to get a video for sure.
Yeah, right there. That's a beauty. Look at that view right there. I got to get out there where the where the great ones walked, and we got to. Hopefully, I won't get too choked up when doing it. So.
Can you tell us what it is? What are you guys going to do?
Well, I've got like a 1930s Red Sox uni. I'm going to put on in the dugout right after.
We're just going to go out there and try and remake that scene at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got to do that.
Cannot get off property before doing something special. So
sick.
We had this thing. We had this marked on our calendar for a long time. So
yeah,
we're going to make it happen. Sure would be nice if somebody had some roasted corn for us too right now.
we can make that happen, I'm pretty sure. 2 balls and a strike to count to JT Realmuto after the leadoff walk to Brandon Marsh. Cody, I had a question for you. We saw some video coming into the inning of you picking up infield dirt at Yankee Stadium after Dad won a World Series. Do you remember that, or is that something you need to be reminded of just by looking at pictures?
I remember it. I think I feel like it was his 300th win at Yankee Stadium. Yeah, we definitely went out there, and I think Casey and I, my brother, went out there and grabbed some dirt. Not sure where that
there he is.
We got the footage.
There he is. Man, you got a lot of dirt there. We got to find that bag, by the way, somewhere in the house.
In that back room somewhere.
Somewhere in the attic.
It is. It's back in the back room somewhere.
So, Cody, I want to ask you, what do you think the greatest gift, your dad has given you? Obviously, you're a hitter, and you tell him, to stay in his lane. But what's been the greatest gift to have Rocket as your dad?
Yeah, I mean, it's been such a blessing. He's worked so hard to create, the man I am today. And he's been around. Obviously, he wasn't around during when he was playing. But, he continues to make sure I'm getting my work in even to this day. So, it's been a constant, and I've learned so much from him, from his work ethic throughout the game. I mean, it's pretty hard to get to 24 seasons,
Yes.
I couldn't even imagine that, and I don't know, I've played parts of 5, so it's just amazing. He's always been around and been the best dad ever, honestly.
Love you, son.
Love you, man.
And I got to see it firsthand how involved he was, how while he was playing, he was making his way to come and see us in the minor leagues and always, treating us. You treated us to Disney World with uniforms and just really something special. Now, I want to ask you, Rocket, what's been your favorite part of watching, Cody and the boys kind of grow up and seeing him turn into the ball player he's become today?
Yeah, I think it's really cool playing at this level. I mean, all my boys played professionally. And just to see him doing his thing, it's just awesome. And to hear his comments around his teammates.
Runner! Marsh running, throw down to second base, is in time to get him.
Cody was there backing him up, baby.
Oh, yeah. I think I've always said that when you're out there doing this, make your teammates better around you. But he loves it. I mean, he knows there's peaks and valleys, and he doesn't really blink an eye at it. I mean, there's a lot of guys. I mean, my man right here, my man Hunter right here, he had probably the ugliest, prettiest 5-tool player I've ever seen.
I think that's the ultimate compliment.
That is a compliment. If you've seen his practice swings on deck,
I've seen him.
Hey, you've seen him.
I've seen him.
I'm telling you, he's triple jointed. Number 1, and number 2 is you don't know where to throw a ball that he won't go hit it. So
we're gonna have a challenge here, guys, and I think with the swim move, it looks to me at least as though Brandon Marsh is going to be safe.
Yeah, I
think he got in there.
Marsh.
So no ABS, but we can challenge.
Correct.
We can challenge.
Yeah, he did a little swim move right there.
So I want to ask you, Rocket, as well. Do you remember coming and pitching for the Corpus Christi Hooks when we had a playoff clinching game and you were on a rehab buildup?
And do you know you won by 1 game and it was my game and that's why I got a ring?
Did you get a ring?
And I got a ring.
Of course you wanted a ring.
And I got a ring. And I got a ring.
Did you buy a spread? No, you had to buy a spread.
The best spread we've ever got.
I fed them better than they get fed right now with 3 chefs in the locker room.
They definitely got 3 chefs.
It was one of the greatest memories. And there's Brandon Marsh is going to be safe. But Roger, you addressed the team before that, and I'll never forget it. And you told us, I know that I'm here and I'm building up, but I know that this game means a lot to you, and I intend to win it. And you gave us that conviction. You were coming with it, and every time you came into the dugout, I use this story all the time because it's easy to get a lead and just like, oh, we have a lead, we have good pitching. Rocket came in.
It's a chopper over the middle that Culpepper makes the play on. By the way, as you saw, the call was overturned at second base. and Marsh was safe. He advances to third on the ground ball now with 2 away.
But and Cody, you might understand this intensity. Every time Roger Rocket came into the dugout, he was hollering at us, "Don't settle in, boys, get some more." And I never forgot that the rest of my career, that the game's not over till the 27th out, and your intensity to pick us up and win that game and help us make the playoffs. It was a message, it was a lesson, and that's how you played the game.
Add on, baby, add on.
I mean,
every time.
That's a cheat code, y'all bringing him in for a playoff rehab. So.
Wouldn't you know, you would think of that, Code. You would think of that.
Just if I was on the other side of that, I'd be like, this is some BS.
Yeah.
Oh man, we lucked out for sure.
It's like Joe Torre giving his his tough love meeting and CeCe starting that night. It just happens to be, we've been losing, and he waits to do his Newt Rockney speech until CeCe's on.
Up for CeCe.
Yeah.
2 balls and no strikes. The count to Kyle Schwarber. 2 out runner at third and a 1-run game. Oh, did he get him again?
Golly, man, I'm telling you.
Right.
That wind's bringing it back.
Circling under.
Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Off the glove.
No, he didn't.
Oh, my God.
He had it.
The wind was bringing that one back.
Quiche had it.
I think it was a Quiche made home run.
It was. But the wind, he hit that ball. The Blues run that back.
That is a very windy. That was a home run any day of the week.
Look here.
We'll take another look. Maybe.
Oh, man.
It was out, though. It's a homer. It's a homer. It's a homer.
It was going to go.
Yeah.
Keishel had it robbed, and then it just slipped out of his glove.
But I was going to make a point about Taj. Those first 2 pitches, he went right back into Schwarber being aggressive with the fastball, and then left one out over the plate 2-0.
And now Trey Turner.
Get it in.
Ball to right.
Get it in.
Can fly. Extra base hits on back-to-back pitches, a Schwarbaum and a Trey Turner double.
And here's another look at this, and you can see how much this wind is blowing. He has to run a long ways horizontal, jumps up and just not able to secure the catch. But that was a home run and a good effort from Keyshaw.
Yeah, I mean, 3 heaters in a row. He goes in twice, and then he just leaves one out over the plate up. And I mean, you can't do that to Kyle Schwarber.
Both Schwarber homers against Taj Bradley on 2-0 fastballs. And now Harper. And that's past the dive of Cody Clemens, as you heard on the microphone. 5-1 Phillies.
Quiche is still new to right field a little bit, too. So, I mean, that would have been a great one with a homer from him and to rob a homer. That would have been
just an incredible athlete to even get a chance at that. It's a big fence, and right here Harper shoots one up the middle just past Cody. That's a good effort.
Yeah, it is.
Full swim move.
He's going to get another one right here.
So Cody, what's the message when you get back in the dugout?
We just got to be consistent. I mean, our offense has come back from a lot of games being down. And it's still early, We
a lot of game left.
Yeah, a lot of game left. Just keep having quality at bats and just trying, scratch and claw.
So many narratives here. Cody Clemens, the former Philly. Luis Ariz, the former Twin. Little dust up and in.
And a little shave.
Okay, it's okay. Tranquilo, it's okay.
Yeah.
Ball and 2 strikes. Check that on a 2-1 pitch, a called strike. So we'll fix the count. A 2-run homer and an RBI single and a ball out the other way. Another base hit, 7th of the game for Philly, and the line keeps moving.
Gotta go talk to him.
Yeah,
he needs a little break right here.
And they're going to do just that. Pete Mackey, the Twins pitching coach.
Settling back in. All this was with 2 outs. He had 2 outs, 2 strikes, and ended up giving up a hit. And homer to Schwarber, and now, you know, he's back in trouble with runners in scoring position again.
The swim move from Brendan Marsh looming really large.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Not getting a tag on him.
Was there a guy for you, Rocket? I mean, we got ownership here because Kyle Schwarber's now clipped Taj Bradley 3 times in 6 at-bats. Was there a guy that you had a hard time keeping in the ballpark, and how'd you deal with that?
Man, there's 24 years. There's a lot of guys that I went at. You know, the big power guys, I'm going to give you one good pitch to hit, and if you miss it or foul it off, Mr. Splitty's going to make an appearance. And the contact guys, you know, they were tough on me. I didn't want to get in a 10 or 12 pitch at bat with you. I know it sounds strange, but then I'm not going to get to the 7th or 8th inning. I know with the guys going 4 or 5 innings now, and we worked off our fastball a lot too. I mean, first time through the lineup, you might see 1 or 2 break balls, maybe a changeup, unless it was a young Minnesota team or a young Pittsburgh team that were coming after me early because they didn't want to get to the split. So in that regards, I would throw split early.
So it's a little different now too, because you have at the top of the lineup, you got a Schwarber, you got a Ohtani, you got like first hitter of the game. You need to come out and be pretty sharp.
That's what I told.
Different than when we were starting.
100%, CC. That's why I told guys from the National League, come to the American League, and you got you know, some of these guys leading off.
Ricky and
oh, you got Soriano.
Soriano's
got 30 pounds. Like this guy.
He guys give me nightmares.
And man, he was a transformer and swung like a 35.
Yeah.
And you know, he's got 100 RBIs and 30 runs back. I mean 30 homers. So lay that little 2-seamer 93 in there and see what happens.
It's gonna be 1-0.
Do you agree with CC that they shouldn't be allowed to swing at the first pitch?
First pitch of the game should be illegal.
Can't get too comfortable in the big leagues. Nothing's free.
Turning into a tough inning for Taj Bradley. Travis Adams is up in the bullpen for Minnesota, and it's now a 3-1 count on Bryson Stott.
This one's coming to the right side if it's a strike.
Full count now.
And when you say that, Rocky, are you saying the pitch or Stott's getting the head out?
Head out. Yeah, I thought so. Now, in a world that's the moon and stars are in order, this should be a foul ball if he swings.
Full count pitch.
No, he got it off the end though.
Fly ball that's going to get Bradley and the Twins out of a 3-run inning. The Rocket, Roger Clemens, thanks for stopping.
Enjoyed it, man. Hey, thank you so much for the invite.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
It started a 3-run rally.
Yeah.
John Deere has been supporting American farmers and local communities for nearly 2 centuries. From the cornfield surrounding this iconic setting to the equipment and people who help prepare the field for today's game, John Deere is proud to be a part of the Field of Dreams legacy. As we welcome you back in a now 5-1 Philadelphia lead, back with CC Sabathia, Hunter Pence, Lauren Shahadi, Matt Vasgersian, and Royce Lewis leading off against Aaron Nola, who, with the exception of the solo shot by Luke Keyshaw, has been in control here tonight. 4 strikeouts for the 33-year-old veteran as he continues with a 4-run lead. And I would say among the 8,000 fans, each of whom has been delighted by the way the game has started tonight, nobody is more pleased than Aaron Nola, because this is a guy who has seen a total of 5 runs scored on his behalf in his last 6 starts. They've matched that total in 3 innings here today.
And you know what, Matty? Everybody feels that. Nola feels that. The team feels that. Every time he goes out, you know, they're not scoring runs. They're not helping him. So I bet you they feel good tonight, you know, to give him some runs, and you know, hopefully he can hold on and you know, have a good start for him. But you know, everybody in the clubhouse feels that, you know, when the guy's not getting the run support.
It starts to suffocate you a little bit, and this has got to be a nice relief for Nola to settle into a nice cushion of a lead.
Strikeout number 5 coming on Royce Lewis's expense, and that'll bring up Cody Clemens. Lauren has a little bit more on Nola's night.
Madam, by the Twins dugout in last inning, 2 guys came back from striking out and grounding out. They both said you see the ball well out of the hand of Aaron Nola, but the depth it gets you. Hunter, I'm curious how the ball coming out of the hand here looks based on the way the batter's eye appears behind them.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique kind of batter's eye, and if you're not getting your clean look that you're used to, fastballs would be a little bit easier if you're seeing it well, but you know, you look at Nola and the big breaking stuff, the huge curveball, that depth perception can definitely be a challenge to the Twins offense.
And I would assume they think they're seeing it well, right? Because the velocity is not 96, 97, 98, which you're used to seeing now, which is an average. He's, you know, 90 to 93. And they probably feel like they're seeing the ball well, but can't get good swings on it.
Exactly. Just a little bit of depth perception, and it's a round ball and a round bat. One of the hardest things to do in all of baseball.
Curveball's been phenomenal tonight. All 5 strikeouts on the curveball. And despite the big ERA and the home run troubles, it remains one of the elite pitches in baseball. It's got 42% whiff rate on his knuckle curve entering play tonight, and it's gotten even better. Another one for him. 6 strikeouts, all on the knuckle curve. That matches a season high for strikeouts on that particular pitch for Aaron Nola.
And he's just really in rhythm with the field, with the mound, and just another one. So much confidence in that knuckle curve, and you can just tell when he gets you to 2 strikes, it's a matter of time before the big knuckle curve strike the ball is coming to see you.
Yeah, he's feeling it. He's ripping them off too. He's feeling it.
Back-to-back strikeouts. Now Luke Keyshaw, his solo homer, the only damage against Nola tonight.
And that knuckle curve right there is different than the one he does with 2 strikes.
It's not the 2 strikes.
This
is the get me over. He knows exactly where it's going. He's got the timing. And you talk about the release point when you have a pitch working like that, CC.
Yeah, I mean, it allows you to get everything out front. You see how good that fastball was on the outside part of the plate? When you throw in your breaking stuff for strikes and you can command it on both sides of the plate like he has, it allows you to get your fastball out too.
Counts a ball and 1 strike on Luke Keyshaw. You know, another part of this storyline tonight too is the fact that Phillies bullpen is a little short right now. They had a brutal weekend series with Toronto where they went extra innings all weekend long. And so Aaron Nola has answered tonight with, so far, a start that would indicate that that bullpen might not be pressed tonight. Of course, things can change. I'm just talking about what we've watched, and it's been very pleasing to pitching coach Caleb Cotham. 3-1.
And it was interesting to hear from Roger Clemens about doesn't want to have a 12 pitch at bat, how he's already thinking about getting deep into the game right out of the gates.
First walk he's issued tonight. As we remind you, you can stream every out of market game. MLB Network 24/7 is also available on MLB.tv. Now available at the new low price, $69.99. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Period costumes manning the scoreboard in right field. That is getting into the spirit of the thing. So 2-out base runner now, and it's the switch hitter Brooks Lee.
It does feel like you jumped back in time.
Until you see everybody's shoes.
On the scoreboard.
Lee with a swing and a drive well hit out to right. Harper back at the track. This one's going to hang up for him to retire the side. MLB on Netflix is brought to you by Ford, the official vehicle of MLB. And by T-Mobile, America's best network, connect you to America's pastime. And what a connection to some of the game's greats before the Twins and Phillies. Some of the greatest to ever suit up, walking out of the cornfield, including our own CC Sabathia. Pretty neat.
And Maddie, I'm such a fan. When I was walking out, I was like, oh, that's Steve Carlton right there. That's, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't even think about myself. I was just so caught up in being a fan.
Look at that smile.
I mean, it's incredible. I'm walking out with Mr. T and Andre Dawson right in front of me. I mean, it's incredible.
Pitching change for Minnesota as we hit the 5th in a 5-1 Phillies lead. Right-hander Travis Adams takes over after Taj Bradley is chased, having pitched 4 innings in this game. Top of the 5th, 5-1 Phillies. You know, my mind is blown when we watch those guys come out of the corn. First of all, a handful of guys that pitched for both teams. Jim Cott, right, played for both teams. Steve Carlton, both a Twin and a Philly. Jim Cott pitched for 25 years. Like 4,500 innings.
And the stories that those guys can tell.
One gone is Alec Boehm as a strikeout victim.
The stories that they tell about, you know, pitching on 3 days rest, 4-man rotation, you know, like all of that stuff that we'll never ever see again. You know, it's amazing to still have those guys around to tell those stories, and it's great to be able to live through those guys. I love hearing all those old stories.
One gone for Adams now. Brandon Marsh bats. Phillies lefties did quite a number against Taj Bradley tonight. 6 for 13 and the 2 homers by Kyle Schwarber, of course. Taj has had a great year. This was a rough night for him.
Rough night against a veteran team who, you know, came out with a good game plan against them.
Two balls and no strikes. We talked about Brandon Marsh's swim move on the stolen base attempt, which led to an overturned call and a successful stolen base. Brandon's having a nice night. Gets that one past Lee the other way.
That's a good piece right there.
Yeah, when you see Marsh going the other way like that, any hitter, when they're hitting the ball hard, kind of in that low line drive the other way, means you're right on plane. Look at his nose on the ball. And CC said it best. Good piece of hit, and fighting the good fight, staying inside the ball.
It's another hit in a 2-0 count. And this is what the Phillies do as JT Realmuto stands in now. When the pitcher's behind, the Phillies lineup has a OPS of over 1,100. That's the best in baseball. And they've gotten into those hitters counts all night. And they're doing what they've done all year.
And talking with Don Mattingly before the game, and Brandon Marsh, you know, since the All-Star break, it was pitch selection. He wanted to see him, you know, get his pitch. He's got 2 walks tonight and now a blistered single the other way.
Ball and a strike, the count to Realmuto.
Is that something that when you're scuffling as a player that you can, you know, determine yourself, like, hey, let me see a couple of pitches, let me make sure that I'm swinging at the right pitches, pitch selection? Is that something, or is it just when you're in it, you kind of get caught up in?
You definitely get where you're trying to, you know, climb out of the, you're trying to hit it so hard or hit a home run out of your slump, and a lot of times for me I had to do that, like you mentioned, CC, is take a strike, maybe try to hit a hard ground ball to the second baseman, me as a right-handed hitter, similar to kind of what Marsh just did, because as soon as I start hitting, you know, the ball hard and low the other way, my swing has to be correct. So that's a beautiful recipe to get yourself out of a slump, is to do less versus trying to crush your way out of it. That gets you in trouble.
It's just a second four-seamer that Adams has thrown since he came into the game. This is a guy potentially tough to figure out. He's got 4 pitches in his arsenal that he throws over 20% of the time.
Kind of a starter's repertoire.
And Realmuto sends a fly ball out to right. So 2-out base runner now for Justin Crawford, making his 3rd plate appearance of the night. Each of them have been kind of quick. Justin's been very good since the middle of June, and he's hit safely in 6 of his last 7 entering play tonight. As we mentioned, Dad Carl, one of the greatest players in Tampa Bay Rays franchise history.
got a chance to know Carl for a long time. We met when we were 18 years old in the minor leagues, had the same agent, had a lot of the same people around us, and spent a lot of time with him. Justin makes me feel old. I remember when he was born.
Now you're watching.
So now to watch him in the big leagues at the Field of Dream is incredible.
You know, not always easy too, CC, and you can speak to this with little C playing and your kids playing baseball. Like sometimes that last name can be a little bit of a weight on a kid.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we talked about that with Cody Clemens with Shelton. You know, if you know, getting the opportunities, and you know, that first name or that last name is the first thing people see, and they think about the other player and not the actual player that they see in front of them. So yeah, I mean, having a chance to have, you know, a son that's in the minor leagues now, and you know, just watching other kids develop, sometimes it can be a burden.
It's a nice little piece of hitting there the other way, and Justin's aboard. He's hit safely in 7 of his last 8, and here come the Phillies once again with runners at first and second.
And look, Brandon Marsh wrote the road map, and Crawford follows it. Shoot the ball the other way, lefty on righty, and finds that 6 hole.
And that's such a big at bat and such a big hit to get Schwartz up with runners in scoring position, or get Schwartz up with runners on, because as soon as he steps in the box, he's in scoring position. So, I mean, that's just a huge at-bat to extend the inning.
So in addition to the note you just saw on your screen regarding Kyle Schwarber and more than 1 homer in a game, this is a guy who last year had a 4-homer night. He has had 5 games in his career with at least 3, most recently against the Mets. How delicious was that for Philly fans earlier this season? To center field. Playable for Buxton, and 8,000 people just sat down. From Dyersville, Iowa, in the middle of the night with a 5-1 Phillies lead.
Was friends, but we met new ones. We have seats, but we're standing. They say it's anyone's game, but from what we can see, it's everyone's. Baseball for the people.
Kalen Culpepper leads things off in the Minnesota half of inning number 5 as we welcome you back to MLB at the Field of Dreams on Netflix. Aaron Nola and the Phillies in control tonight. The famous line from the film, "Is this heaven?" Pretty close if you're a baseball fan. Ball and no strikes, the count to Kalen Culpepper leading things off. Culpepper followed by Larnach and Buxton. And for Twins fans, speaking of deficits, they need go back no further than yesterday to find the last time they overcame a deficit like this. Came back from a 4-1 to win most recently, beating the Orioles.
And it's definitely a capable offense to put up some crooked numbers and battle back. So still a long way to go in this ball game, but Nola has really found his rhythm.
Yeah, and Cody talked about it last inning, you know, when he was on with us, just, you know, scrapping away, trying to put together good at-bats, and you never know what can happen.
Ball and 2 strikes, the count to Kalen Culpepper, who struck out on a knuckle curve ball in the second.
And the feeling of the cornfields, the setting sun, it's a special ballpark here, the Field of Dreams.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
He threw him a knuckle curve for a strike, 1-1 to make it 1-2. Now you think he's going back to a 2-2 right here?
I was just going to ask you the same thing.
I think he is. And it's going to be a ball. Ooh.
Heater, back-to-back heaters. It's still 2-2. Let's check in with Lauren.
Matt, I spoke with Phillies pitching coach Caleb Cotham, and he spoke about Aaron Nola and how he's had to adjust, like you talked about, to ABS this year and adjust to not getting pitches on the edge anymore. Caleb said, look, you don't pitch 12 years in the league and expect everything to be the same each year. Cece, you played with Caleb. He said in this era of pitching, it's adapt or die. You're forced to evolve, or the league figures you out and you're out, and sometimes you're going to see the growing pains along the way.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be able to adjust. I mean, I always felt like, you know, for me, throughout my 19-year career, I was always learning. I was always evolving. You know, I came up with a fastball and a curveball, had to learn a changeup. You know, when I got to Milwaukee, I had to learn a two-seamer. When I got to New York and I lost my velocity, I had to learn a cutter and a backdoor slider. So there's always room to grow and evolve, and you have to be willing to be coachable and take what you can from people and, you know, do whatever you can to try to get out. So the name of the game is just try to get out however you can with the stuff that you have. And it seems that he's, you know, on the way to be doing that.
Count is 0-1 on Trevor Larnach, who's really been one of his only two kind of trouble spots tonight. Still visiting the movie set out there. It's so good.
And baseball is just that, CC. It's a game of adjustments, constant adjustments throughout your career. You know, you master the craft a little bit, but you know, as you get older, you don't necessarily have the same physical abilities.
I mean, even Donnie was talking about it earlier when he was talking about Marsh, and, you know, the league making an adjustment to him, and you have to make an adjustment back, and then it's a constant back and forth. It's always, you know, you trying to figure the pitcher out or the organization out and how they try to pitch you, and them trying to figure out how to get you out.
Even as a hitter, even series to series, like you can figure out a team's game plan against you, and some team might have your number and you're trying to adjust to that, and you get into a new series and all of a sudden they're trying to get you out away versus, you know, hard in or whatever the case may be. So the beauty of a major league season.
Ball and 2 strikes on Trevor Larnach. Got him. 8 tonight for Aaron Nola, and his first on a non-curveball.
And this time he gives him the 4-seam carry fastball. You don't see it too often from Nola where he goes up. He's a guy who likes to work down in the zone, but right here working off that knuckle curve, and Larnach not able to catch up. Probably looking knuckle curve, I'd guess.
Definitely.
Byron Buxton now 0 for 2 in his first game back since July 28th. Chopper up the line. That's a fair ball. It eats up Stott. Byron can run. He'll get into second base easily with a 2-out double.
And right here, chopper down the line, going to be a tough play, trying to scoop the backhand, and just scoots by Bryson Stott. Even if he catches that ball, he's going to have a tough throw, and I think he's thinking about the throw before he gloves it. The speedy Byron Buxton.
Yeah, I don't know if he gets him even if he comes out with that.
Even if he grabs that, it's probably a hit.
So a 2-out runner in scoring position now for Ryan Jeffers, who has singled and struck out tonight. Twins trying to piece together a little comeback here tonight, and they'd love to be able to answer with at least one in the 5th.
And if you're Nola right here, you're just thinking about trying to get back in the dugout. You've been having some clean innings, some good innings, pitching good. 5-1 lead is 2 outs, and you just don't want to face Josh Bell with traffic on the bases.
A reminder, Netflix is expanding its NFL coverage in 2026 from week 1 to the first ever Thanksgiving Eve matchup, 2 Christmas Day games, and a game in the final weekend of the season, week 18. Watch week 1 on Netflix, starting with the 49ers and Rams. That's live on Netflix Thursday, September 10th at 8:35 p.m. Eastern. Let's go.
I think I'm throwing it out there right now. I'm a Rams fan this year. I'm a Raiders fan, but we are not very good, so I always get a second team. And this year it's going to be the Rams.
Rams are back. You have no faith in the Raiders this year?
No, man, come on, bro. We got a rookie quarterback.
Bang, bang, Niners, baby.
Bang, bang, Niner game.
I feel you. See, you and I rooted for the same teams growing up. A's, Raiders, Warriors, and boy, it's been a rough run here for the Raiders.
I think the Raiders, we're coming back. Give us 2 more years, but we got to find a team in the next 2 years to root for.
Until then, you're going to LA.
Until then, I'm going with Devontae Adams.
You're taking an audible.
2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Ryan Jeffers. Eight strikeouts for Nola tonight. Checked it, and a full count now. Laid off the knuckle curve that time.
And that was a good one too. I mean, it started off a strike, but didn't hold as long as the other ones did. So Jeffers was able to hold up. But if it's me right now, I'm going back to the knuckle curve 3-2.
It's either knuckle curve or high cheese, one of the two.
Every time we guess curve, he's going with the high cheese.
High cheese.
Runner in scoring position, that's Buxton. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Jeffers. Laid off back-to-back knuckle curve balls to draw ball 4.
So Jeffers, a beautiful adjustment there. You could tell he's looking for the knuckle curve, and that's the only way you're able to lay off of that. You're going to try to fight off a heater if he gets it.
I like this mountain vision right here. Let's go. Make sure we got the right scout report. Got some runners on base. Josh Bell's taking it deep a couple times. Need to get this right.
The MLB app's got game. Pre-game, post-game, and everything you need in between. Plus personalized daily content that hits every time. Catch it now on the MLB app.
Big opportunity for Minnesota now with one of their biggest run producers having an opportunity with runners at first and second and 2 gone. Josh Bell is 0 for 2 so far tonight. But as CC mentioned, he has hit 3 homers in his career against Aaron Nola. And that probably has everything to do with the meeting on the mound. Great numbers for Nola tonight so far. 1 strikeout shy of a season high.
And a great point by CC. This is a very dangerous moment. It can happen quick, and the Phillies going to get the bullpen going just in case.
And it's been interesting because Josh Bell has been super aggressive on the knuckle curve, where I feel like he's seeing it well, where he feels like he can get to it. So it'll be interesting to see how he, adjusts to it this at bat.
As the sun goes down, maybe it looks like the Twins hitters are seeing the knuckle curve a little better this inning.
Josh Bell has been seeing a steady diet of not only the knuckle curve, but changeups. In fact, Nola has used his changeup more to Bell in 2 at-bats than to any other Twins hitter. Fastball misses inside. 2-0 now.
Now for Bell, you got a 2-0 count, 1 pitch, 1 spot. He's looking to do damage and cut this lead.
2 balls and no strikes. All this with 2 away. But Buxton doubled the base on balls to 3-0 now. And Royce Lewis, who stands on deck and knows his way around a bases loaded situation, is licking his chops.
We take him here, or we get a chance, or what?
1 pitch, 1 spot.
That is
a 1 pitch, 1 spot.
He was taken. He was taken. I'm unloading. Unleash. I earned the 3-0 count. Because you can drive a run in here.
Yeah.
3 balls and a strike. And it's all going to come down to Royce Lewis.
And see, that's the thing. Like, if you take the 3-0 heater fastball right down the middle, then you get yourself in a count now in 2026 where it's 3-1. You're getting a breaking ball or a changeup. You're not getting a heater 3-1.
And credit to Josh Bell. He takes the fastball, look good. Nola, that's a good pitch right there to back up the fastball. It looked good to hit, but Bell's not biting.
Tim Mize, the left-hander's up in the bullpen, and here's Royce Lewis now, who, when he came up as a rookie, had this phenomenal bases loaded run. In his first 54 games, hit 4 grand slams. He's got a bases loaded opportunity now representing the tying run. Man, looking for that big one here. Swing and a miss on the knuckle curve.
And Nola not going to give in, going to continue to pick at the corner, see if he can get Chase.
Not only did Lewis hit the 4 grand slams within his first 54 games, they came in a compact run. In a 19-day stretch, he hit 4 slams. Behind 0-2 now. Oh boy. The 0-2 home. Got him. A season-high tying 9 strikeouts for Aaron Nola. He leaves the bases loaded. Still a 5-1 Phillies lead. Welcome back to Field of Dreams on Netflix with the Phillies on top 5-1. And you've got equal partisanship in the stands tonight as we welcome you back inside with CC Sabathia, Hunter Pence, and Lauren Shahadi. Matt Vasgersian. 2 homers for Kyle Schwarber and vintage Aaron Nola. That kind of defines the first 5 innings of the game tonight. And that does not look like a guy that is potentially done yet, CC.
No, and that was a great sequence right there, Royce Lewis, with the bases loaded. Didn't give in to Josh Bell, a guy that's taken him deep 3 times, threw the 3-1 knuckle curve, and then came right out aggressive against Royce Lewis. Got the swing on the knuckle curve, threw a fastball away, and then another put-away pitch. So that was great pitching by a veteran guy.
Travis Adams able to pop up. Trey Turner leading things off in the 6th. Adams beginning his 2nd inning of work tonight. There's 1 away. If things hold, let's play the what-if game here, because I know that we have this little game ball situation at the end of the game, and if you guys are voting for player of the game, it's tough to overlook 2 homers. Aaron Nola's been awesome. CC, you've got 1 vote if the game ends right now at 5-1.
Schwarber set the tone. He set the tone.
Hunter.
I mean, it's Schwarber. A 2-home run game is rare. That's a rare bird.
I got you.
Especially with the wind blowing in the way it is. I'm with you, CC.
Ball and no strikes. The count to Bryce Harper. 1-1. Kyle Schwarber is a guy, when you watch him in a 2-homer game, in a 4-homer game, in an 0-for-4 with 4 strikeout game, you can't really tell what he's done on the field. He is about as even-keeled as it gets. And there are 2 away in the 6th.
And this is what you want to see from Travis Adams, kind of the guy, the long relief guy coming in, kind of slowing the game down, getting the Twins back on offense. They had a little threat last inning, and then right back on the attack here. 2 quick outs.
A couple of hits tonight for Luis Arraez.
This is an important at bat for Arraez right here. Nola had a long inning right there. A lot of pitches. He's going to auto statue take. Try to buy some time to get him catch his breath.
And he will. He has no problem hitting with 2 strikes. He'll take a couple of pitches.
That's what makes him so special. Gives you the team at bat. There's the statue.
The ball and a strike to the 3-time batting champ. Trying to be the first player in the modern era to win 4 batting titles with 4 different teams. 2 balls and a strike.
And it's tough to match his intensity. You see how he even just takes a pitch. The level of focus that Arraez gives each at bat.
Into center field for Byron Buxton. And a 1-2-3 6th inning spun by Travis Adams.
250 reasons to.
Back from Dyersville, Iowa at Field of Dreams and a 5-1 lead for the Phillies. Phillies have gone to the bullpen here to start the 6th. And it'll be Brooks Raley, one of the new adds at the deadline, on to pitch to the Twins with a 4-run lead. And it's a lefty-lefty matchup that Don Mattingly wanted to start this inning. Raley's been very tough on lefties, limiting them to a 188 batting average. Gave up 2 runs in his Phillies debut after being imported in from the Mets at the deadline. He's had 3 scoreless outings since. So this is 5th assignment in a Philly uniform. And it's 2 balls and a strike to Cody Clemens. Neither one of these bullpens has held up particularly well over the last number of weeks, if not months. So Hunter, as you talked about, plenty of time left. That one's into the corner, chasing Marsh on the run, and it's out of play, foul.
Yeah, and Raley's a huge pickup for this Phillies team that's got World Series hopes. And you know, you got the closer. That's, you know, Duran has just been sensational, but getting to him has been a bit of an issue. And this is a guy they're going to really count on to attack those lefty-heavy parts of the lineup. And Don Mattingly picking his spot here.
Don's son Preston presiding over the proceedings here today. Phillies general manager. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Aaron Nola finally relaxing after a job well done. I thought he was going to come back out for the 6th. And a swing and a miss by Clemens. MLB on Netflix is brought to you by Strauss, official workwear partner of Major League Baseball. By Capital One, what's in your wallet? And by T-Mobile, America's best network. Connect you to America's pastime. These team photos are a lot bigger than they were when you guys played, by the way.
There's a lot more people in the clubhouse. But you're right, Matty. I thought Nola was going to come back out, but that's a good start for him. You know, being able to go 5, you know, giving up 1 run, giving your team a chance to win is all you want to do as a starter.
Luke Keyshaw with another extra base hit. He was thinking about third base and a ball into the left field corner. He's feeling so good.
And it's a beautiful thing to watch him run the bags right here. The hustle kind of gets low, wraps that one down the line, and let him fly. This young buck can really scoot. And that's a beautiful line drive. The Twins, they're relentless. Not going to go quietly. 3rd time on base for Keyshaw. Have a night.
Picking up right where he left off. Keyshaw has been hot. And with Keyshaw at second and Brooks Lee at the plate, we check in with Lauren.
And Matt, Brooks has his father, Larry Lee, to thank for his love of the game. He's in his 44th year of coaching, 25th as head coach of Cal Poly. He told me every morning when Brooks was young, he had a 5:30 a.m. wake-up call. Brooks walked into the barn waiting for him, a laminated baseball to-do list. I asked what was on it. Push-ups, speed drills, swings from both sides. Larry said, after I gave it to him, I disappeared for 30 minutes. When I came back, 2/3 of the time, he was working. 1/3 of the time, he was sleeping. I was trying to instill discipline. He said, I was trying to see if my boy loved it enough. He told me you just can't teach love of this game.
And the Lee family loves the game. Brooks named after Brooks Robinson. You know, no pressure, no big deal.
Baseball and the DNA.
And a called strike 3 taken by Brooks on this occasion.
Take another look at this one from Raley. Kind of a cutter, backdoor, just nicks the corner and gets the call here. What a beautiful pitch. That's like old CC.
Yeah, that's that one that's just up and spinning, and the guys, you know, you're a hitter. You think that ball's coming into you, and it kind of just backs up on you and ends up right down the middle.
So a little meeting now. Caleb Cotham out to chat things over with Raley, with Kalen Culpepper scheduled. Yeah, Culpepper struck out twice against Aaron Nola. Hey, a reminder, 32 bites, 1 champion. Vote for the signature dish you would most like to try. Complete the Ballpark Bites bracket for a chance to win tickets to try these decadent bites at a stadium of your choice. Vote at MLB.com/bracket.
That's cool to hear that story about Brooks and his dad, and I feel like that's what the essence of this movie and this game is about, right? Like, who got you into the game? And it's always had to be like a grandfather, your dad, older brother, an uncle, or whoever, you know, spent that time with you to get you to love baseball. Feels good to be here and kind of celebrating that.
Here's Kalen Culpepper now. Man, and the rookie shortstop, Hunter, we were told he swings the bat hard. There is no doubting that.
Yeah, he's got some extraordinary fast hands, as you can see right there. And, you know, talking with Derek Shelton before the game, talked about the fast hands plays. They need him now. He might be here a little bit early. He's going to have to learn on the fly, but he has not lacking in confidence and tools.
I love that they're aware of that they brought him up early, and that they're still going to have to develop and help him, you know, along in his career with all the tools that he has.
He's having a great year, as you can see right there. The numbers in St. Paul, close to 850 OPS. You can see the speed and the athleticism at short.
Well, 15 at-bats for him in the big leagues since being called up on Friday. And a chopper out to shortstop. Trey Turner's got to hurry. Culpepper can run, gets it there in time. No damage after the one-out double. Still 5-1 Phillies. Time now for the scoring summary presented by Inspire Therapy. Kyle Schwarber got the party off to a good start with a leadoff homer in the top of the first. In a 2-0 game, Brooks Keyshaw responsible for the only Twins run, and then it was Schwarber again with a man on, a ball that Keyshaw almost brought back. So this Field of Dreams venue, which was the site of 8 homers between the White Sox and Yankees the first time they ran it in 2021, and then 0 homers the second incarnation of the game, is kind of settling somewhere in the middle tonight. 3 home runs.
Yeah, and I'm impressed with the way the ball was flying and batting practice. The flags blowing in all day, all night. They've been no cheapies.
That was the first thing I asked you. How's it flying? Because I didn't get a chance to watch BP.
It was not flying.
Bryson Stott leads things off in the Phillies 7th. Stott, Bowman, Marsh, and Travis Adams continuing for a 3rd inning of relief work tonight. Season long is 3 innings. Did that back in July against the Cubs. 2 balls and a strike to count to Stott.
And you talked about both bullpens being taxed, and you know this is huge for him to be able to come out and, you know, hopefully if he can finish 3 innings, just saves the guys down there.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Cam gets us right back into count. Stott is singled in 3 trips to the plate. Drove in a run back in the first. And a finish on the throw down from Jeffers finishes out the strikeout, and there's 1 away. I got a Bryson Stott note that I want to hit you with as we take a look at that again from the dirt level view. Stott had this run which ended on August 9th. 11 games where he walked 14 times and never struck out. He's the first player to have such a 11-game run since our colleague Barry Bonds in 2002, when nobody wanted to throw him a strike.
I mean, that's remarkable patience, because I'm probably pitching Barry a lot of intentional walks there. Stott's having to earn those.
That's a good point. That's right. I mean, it was 4 wide ones every time Barry stepped in there.
So, you know, really, as the season's worn on, he started off the season really cold and has just absolutely turned it around. And plate discipline has been a big part of his game.
Counts a ball and 2 strikes on Alec Bohm. This series will continue in Minnesota after a day off tomorrow. Oh, the Fanatic made the trip, of course. I mean, how would I have thought anything other than
no way the Phillies were coming here and the Fanatic wasn't going to be here.
A ball and 2 strikes on Bohm. Brandon Marsh has had a nice night. He waits on deck with 1 away and the base is empty. When you played for the Phillies, Hunter, were you friendly with the Fanatic? Or?
Oh, yeah. Even when I didn't play with the Phillies, very friendly with the Fanatic. I gave him CPR one time. Had to bring him back.
What were the circumstances around that?
Oh, I was, stretching the hamstrings, and he gave me the old gas pass out, and so, just had to make sure he was okay.
Well, we owe you a debt of gratitude.
Still here, saved his life.
Saved his life.
Brought back America's favorite mascot. Yeah. Boom with a blast out to left center field. And that one's off the track and the wall. Alec Bohm on into second. A 1-out double in the Philly half of the 7th.
Kyle Schwarber likes it, giving him the snake bite, couple handshakes, but look at this, hanging slider high, and Bohm got all of this. I think the wind held this one in, no doubt, because that ball was absolutely purified. He can't believe it, but take a double.
He thought that ball was going
to. I thought it was. He crushed that.
Just a little spinning slider right there in the middle of the plate.
First extra base hit given up by Adams, and an RBI spot now for Brandon Marsh.
But I know, we talked about the Phillies, lineup is scuffling. Teams have been scuffling a little bit since the trade deadline. But if you look at this lineup, it's deep. It's a really, really good lineup. I think a team that can contend and give the Dodgers some trouble down in October. But they're going to have to pitch. But this lineup is really, really good.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. It's a deep veteran lineup that gives you good at-bats, has an understanding of the strike zone, the approach.
0-2 to Marsh. I think you hit on something interesting there, CC, because look, playoff position changes day to day. Still a lot of canvas left on the schedule. But if the Dodgers finish with the 3rd best record in the National League, they'd have to play in that wild card round, and they would draw the Diamondbacks or the Phillies, who've been in that 2-way tie for so much of the last number of weeks. And maybe anybody's best chance to slay the mighty Dodgers would be in a short series like that.
Yeah, I mean, we said that the last 2 years, I feel like, right, too, because the wild card they played, first year they played the Padres, and then they had to play the Reds last year. So, yeah, if they do have to go back through that wild card, it's going to be tough, especially first round playing the Phillies.
Marsh well hit into the corner and right. Keyshaw looking up at this one, and that one goes. Number 17 for the first-time All-Star. 7-1 Phillies.
And we talked about it, CC. When a hitter goes the other way and hits one hard, he had to single through the hole the other way. Then you get an off speed, and that's the one you do damage on. He's out in front of this, keeps the hands back, and catches this one with all of that leverage for the damage to add on to this lead.
I just want to know how Bohm feels, because you said the other one was winded and the case stayed in, and then Marsh hands went out.
We're talking left center versus down the line.
First pitch to JT Realmuto is out to right and run down by Keyshaw. Hey, for years, boxing has asked one question: Fury or Joshua? The fight to define a generation is finally here. 2 heavyweight icons, one answer. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, coming soon, live only on Netflix. A pitching change for Minnesota. Phillies feeling good in the cornfield. We'll be right back.
When everything on the IHOP
one lead, and it was early in the season when their campaign turned around. Rob Thompson A lot of respect in baseball. He was relieved of his managerial duties in Philly. However, Don Mattingly came on at the end of April and was able to flip the script. Postseason position entering tonight, tied with Arizona for the final wild card spot for a team that has high expectations and what many people call a limited window with which to win. There is an opportunity for Dave Dombrowski and Preston Mattingly to get to the promised land in 2026.
Yeah, and I do think that window of opportunity is closing with this group of Phillies. Older group, veteran group, but I think you only got a couple of more runs with this group at trying to win a World Series.
Taylor Rogers, the left-hander, the new pitcher for the Twins, and his pitch to Justin Crawford will retire the side in the 7th. Not before 2 more on the Brandon Marsh homer. 7-1 Phillies.
Honey, come here.
It's really exciting. It's definitely going to be a moment for my kids and myself to remember for a long time.
Yeah, it'll be a moment for me and especially for my son. Hopefully one day he looks back on it.
To be able to go out there and play catch on the Field of Dreams. It's a special moment and memory to live out forever.
Some really neat connections with the Twins and the state of Iowa. Of course, they've held their high A affiliate here for over a decade, and so many of the current Twins played there. Trevor Larnach leads things off for the Twins, trailing by 6, and doing so against a new pitcher on the mound for Philadelphia as Jonathan Bolden takes over out of the Phillies bullpen. Larnach, Buxton, and Jeffers, and maybe the last chance for the top of the lineup to get something going here for the Twins tonight. That's out to center field. Long run for Crawford. 1 away.
And center field is playing like quite the graveyard here. You're going to want to do damage. There's a look at the numbers. 45 games, 2.74 ERA, 53 strikeouts, just 10 walks. Bowen having a heck of a year.
Larnach's had some good swings tonight. All night. Yeah.
That ball was hit hard.
It was.
Center field is, we saw from Bohm, and that one right there just dying.
So here's Buxton, who in his return to the lineup, first start since July 28th, has doubled. (0-1) to the 3-time All-Star. The biggest deficit overcome by the Twins has been 4 runs this year. And they trail by 6 in the late stages tonight. 1-1 to Buxton. Byron is not among the Twins to have played for the Cedar Rapids Colonels, their high A affiliate. But of the 26 men on the Twins roster currently, exactly half of those guys played some minor league ball here in the state of Iowa. Three balls and a strike. And I guess if you're talking about Twins connections to Iowa, it begins with the Polad family, a longtime and beloved Twins ownership group from West Des Moines. Full count now, 3-2 to Buxton. And somewhere watching this game back home in the Twin Cities, former catcher and World Series champ Tim Laudner is saying, how about me, how about me? The pride of Mason City, Iowa. We got you, Timmy. Full count. And Buxton pops it up. 2 away for Bolin in the 7th. You talked about something when we went on the Air Hunter, talking about how Major League Baseball isn't here, right? We don't have a big league team here. So to bring the traveling road show here once a year, once a couple of years, it's a big deal here.
It is, and it's a beautiful opportunity here in the heart of America to bring, you know, the Major League Baseball, the best in the world, and get to showcase it. It's something special for these fans.
First pitch single off the bat of Ryan Jeffers. He's been on base 3 times tonight.
It is, and it's just growing the game and growing fans, right? Whether it's here, Rickwood, London, the games that we do, anytime you have a chance to bring Major League Baseball to cities that don't have it, and grow the game and build more fans, it's great.
Yeah, and you know, even just driving back after we came out here, you know, some of the farms, you see kids out there playing wiffle ball in the yard. It's a sight to see, and you know, they packed it out. Every seat is full, and
some of the farms it's nothing but farms.
Yeah, they were all farms, but some of them had wiffle ball games going on.
I learned how to distinguish a soy crop from a corn crop.
Is that right?
Oh, you're right.
It's actually pretty easy.
Okay.
The soy's short. The corn is really tall.
Okay. Which one's the sweet corn?
Even I could pull that one off. That I don't know.
Hey, wait a minute. It's some people out there in the fields.
You know, I was just wondering something. I don't know that this struck anybody, but the home run balls that are hit out there, are we getting those balls back somehow? That's not among them, as that opposite field drive is run down by Brandon Marsh, who's having a blast tonight. Nobody's having more fun than Kyle Schwarber, however. And in a 6-run Phillies lead, Schwarber has another chance. It's been years in the making and no easy feat building this magical venue in this historic setting. We thank our partners at Strauss for helping dreams come true here in Dyersville, Iowa. And it's even more majestic at night, dare I say. As cool as it looked in the afternoon, something about this place all lit up makes it even more special. Back with Hunter Pence, CC Sabathia, Lauren Shahadi, Matt Vasgersian, and that man has taken center stage tonight. Major League Baseball's home run leader, Kyle Schwarber, has hit a pair this evening.
And right here in the first, he leads it off with a bang, gets a fastball inside, and the Phillies just continue right here. Gets a high kind of sinker. Was that a?
Yeah, it looked like an off-speed pitch. Honestly, now seeing it again.
And he's kind of laughing to himself that one just got out, just beat Keyshaw, who made a tremendous effort to try to rob him.
Well, how about that quantifier we just put up?
I was getting ready.
Wait a minute, was Babe Ruth just on?
Anytime you're on the list with Babe Ruth,
hit us again on that.
The Schwarbino with the Babe Bambino.
I mean, that's a crazy list.
Oh, he wanted number 3. He might take another poke at it. 0-2 the count on Kyle Schwarber.
Get the big sweeper from Taylor Rogers and was trying to feed the corn.
So what I was wondering before the break, you know, I'm sure Brandon Marsh would want that home run ball back. I don't know if Kyle Schwarber's been keeping home run balls because, you know, by the time he's done, he's going to have like 550 of them. But there's no fans out there. There's no ballpark personnel or bullpen people out there. Who's going to go get that out of the cornfield?
Those balls are sitting out there, too, because it's closed off back there. So there's no way you can get back there unless you're a player or something like, you know, MLB personnel. So those balls are sitting out. We can go get them after the game.
You don't think I'm going to do that?
Go fish you up a home run ball.
Schwarber's caught looking at called strike 3. Somewhere in there, there are a couple of Kyle Schwarber home run balls.
Maybe you can find the old Tim Anderson home run walk-off homer. CC wants that one back.
Going to get a quick out off the bat of Trey Turner, and there are 2 gone for Taylor Rogers here in the 8th.
I think that Tim Anderson will land in the front yard of the house over there, the Airbnb.
It's on the porch. Appa. Hey, Kalen Culpepper, that was a nice look at the defense from the young shortstop for the Twins. You can see just the beautiful athleticism. He's a big prospect coming up with the Twins.
2 gone, bases empty for Harper. And Bryce takes a strike. Harper's been on base twice tonight, meaning he's reached base safely now in 13 of his last 23 plate appearances. And he's behind 0-2.
That sweeper from Rogers is pretty nasty. It's starting behind the lefties.
He gets
and ended up in the other batter box.
Amazing horizontal movement.
Ha! 3-pitch punch out and a very quick 1-2-3-8 for Rogers. To the bottom of the 8th in Iowa. The Phillies still on top 7-1.
America.
MLB on Netflix is brought to you by Strauss, official workwear partner of Major League Baseball, and by Capital One. What's in your wallet? What's in the Field of Dreams house? I feel like this is rather invasive. Like Amy Madigan's going to come around the corner with a cup of coffee and say, "What are you doing here?" Pretty neat.
That is pretty neat.
And business is brisk at the field here at the Field of Dreams. The actual movie set. We have a defensive change and a new pitcher on the mound. Derek Hill is the new right fielder, an Iowa native, getting into the game here tonight. And Ryan Kerkering is the new pitcher on the mound for the Phillies. An opportunity for Don Mattingly to get a reliever who's had some recent trouble. An opportunity here with a 6-run lead late. 2 balls and no strikes to Royce Lewis. 3-0 now.
And that's been kind of the issue, is the command. Kerkering is a guy who gets a lot of strikeouts, but the walks have kind of haunted him as of late.
Yeah, and you want to see him coming in with a 6-run lead and just start shooting strikes.
There's one to make it 3 balls and a strike to Royce Lewis. Lewis, Clemens, and Keyshaw in the Twins half of the 8th. In the air, slicing toward foul territory and into the foul corn. Royce been kind enough to wear a microphone for us all night tonight.
This feels like back in high school or something, right? You know? Exactly. The in-between quiet. Bruce, good to see you, baby.
Great to see you.
Hey, we got great weather, man.
God bless you.
Welcome home, man. Yes, sir. Thanks for being here. Hey, JT, how you doing, baby? I should have tried to do too much because it was a sinker that didn't sink. It kind of just like it had the sinker spin, but didn't.
Lewis taps that one out in front of the mound, barehanded by Real Muto, and the throw to first is in time to get him.
Well, he's one of the best athletes on the field. He was a quarterback, and not too often you see the old veteran catcher make the spin fadeaway strike throw. But look at this hop. Has to barehand it, knows he has no time, and still the wherewithal to throw it to Alec Boehm. A lot of times that goes down the line, CC.
It does, and when you see a veteran catcher like that, like moving around as a pitcher, you feel helpless. You want to help him. Like when I would see Jorge bouncing around like that, I'm like, oh, my bad, bro.
Oh, no.
Next time I'll try to get to that. My bad.
One gone for Cody Clemens. So you can hear and see more of Royce's day on the postgame show tonight when Elle and the guys take over as soon as play-by-play wraps up. And you know what I loved about what we heard from Royce Lewis is that he said welcome home to home plate umpire Bruce Dreckman.
A little buttering up right there.
He knows
no ABS
tonight. A little buttering up. No ABS tonight.
Great weather today, Bruce.
Bruce is from Iowa, so this is pretty cool for him, right? He is home, veteran umpire, and you know.
Veteran move by Royce Lewis right there.
He read the umpire media guide. Hey, welcome home.
Did you do that type of scouting, Hunter, with the umpire?
No. I just looked at their names before I went out there. Tried to not mess that up. I should have, though. That's good stuff, Royce. That's
great stuff.
That's a veteran move.
1-2 to Clemens is in play. Kerkering with the bare hand gets it done for out number 2. Today fans got to check out all the authentic gear at the official MLB store at the Field of Dreams presented by John Deere. Scan the QR code and visit MLBshop.com to get your favorite gear at home.
Well, Kerkering's got the sinker sinking because he's getting some really big nubbers into the ground, so the movement plays.
The movement plays just about throwing the ball over the plate, being aggressive with your stuff, and really pitching the contact with that type of sinker.
Luke Keyshaw has had a nice night at the plate. A homer, a base on balls, and a double. And this on the heels of reaching base safely 4 times on Tuesday. Recently put together a 7-game hitting streak, so Luke in a nice little groove here in the second half of the season.
Keyshaw looks like a guy who brushes his teeth fast. He's just twitchy.
Twins have played him all over the place this year after playing a lot of second base during his rookie season. And Derek Shelton told us before the game they see him long-term in the outfield. And he's such a terrific athlete. I think that Luke could adapt to anything that they ask of him. Full count. Came up last year and raked. And then had a thumb injury late in the season that kind of curtailed what was a great rookie run. And is caught looking at a called strike 3. 1, 2, 3, 8 for Orion Kerkering. Still 7-1 Phillies.
T-Mobile has an
I fell in love with baseball back when I was a little boy. Man, I could hit it pretty good when I was 3 years old. And I fell in love with it. I really did. I don't know that baseball was my future back then, but I was a pretty good young athlete starting around 3 to 5 years old.
Hall of Famer Michael Jack Schmidt among the legends to emerge from the cornfield as a way of kicking off the Field of Dreams game tonight. What a neat moment.
Sound like he was just born great, right? 3 to 5 years old, already a pretty good athlete.
From 3 to 5. Didn't know if I'd make it. Oh, he made it.
Tommy Nance is the new pitcher for Minnesota, taking over here in the 9th. Phillies on top 7-1. CC, you walked out of the cornfield as well with your fellow Hall of Famers. Here's a totally unfair question for you. Which one of those guys were you the most in awe of in that moment?
Steve Carlton. That was my first time ever getting a chance to meet him, and just him being a lefty. Now I've had a chance to sit with Sandy Koufax and Steve Carlton and Randy Johnson, and it's like it's good to be able to have, be acquainted with those guys. It's pretty cool.
First 3-hit game as a Philly for Luis Arraez as he's aboard to lead off the ninth.
It's good to see Arraez kind of get back on track. Last 3 games, not very Arraez-like for him to his standards. But vintage Arraez tonight.
That's how you know you're a good hitter, right? When it takes 3 games.
3
and it
games,
feels like
what's happening? What's
slow.
happening? He's getting hits every night.
It's Bryson Stott now. Drove in a run with a first inning single, 1 for 4 this evening. Well, you know, the story, I guess, the cliff notes tonight, a terrific start by Aaron Nola, struck out a season high tying 9. And of course, the 3 home runs, 2 of them by Kyle Schwarber. Brandon Marsh gets a 2-run shot. When the Phillies hit at least 3 homers, they are 13-2 this year. And you could say, well, yeah, of course you got a good chance of winning when your team hits 3 home runs, but it's not true of every team. The Phillies have really kind of made their hay on terrific starting pitching this year. And when the lineup is as lively as it is tonight, it gets Philly fans to dreaming about what could be in a long postseason run this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, especially if the pitching can hold up. You know, you get some great starting pitching. Wheeler's been great. Christopher Sanchez has been good. You know, he's been great. Had a great first half. So if these guys can continue to pitch well with the depth of this lineup, adding the rise, I think they have a chance to make a really good run in October.
They definitely have the deep lineup, and then you got to have a 1 and 2 that stand up with everyone. And you mentioned, you know, Wheeler and Sanchez, and then you have the closer as well. The closer has to end the season, and Duran's a guy. The Durantula is one of the most elite closers in the game. So they're built to make a deep run.
They are.
He's up and getting ready perhaps to get into this game tonight against his old employer.
That's cheese.
It's quite the scene.
Back up the middle. Culpepper. Wow, nicely done on the flip to Lee, who was in a shift.
It's not often in today's game you get the 6-5-3.
Wow.
And Lee in a massive shift on Stott. Beautiful double play right here. It looks like he's been playing short all his life.
Very athletic infield for the Twins.
Alec Bohm now with 2 out and the base is empty. We talk about the Phillies making their hay with good starting pitching this year. 12 strikeouts tonight, walked only 3. And on a night when it wasn't Sanchez, Wheeler, or Luzardo. I mean, that must be the most pleasing part of this for Don Mattingly.
And Nola has, you know, slowly been climbing himself back to, you know, making those adjustments. But I think, you know, with what he brought tonight, the knuckle curve was sensational. He was working the 4-seam up off of it, and really just had everything going from the gates, out the gates.
And just think about forecasting there, like in the playoffs. You know, you got Andrew Painter there too, so Nola may be, you know, vying for a playoff start down the stretch right here. If he can pitch well enough, you definitely want to trust him with the ball in October.
Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Alec Bohm. I heard some conversations today among players that they were looking for souvenir stalks of corn, or ears of corn as the terminology goes, and the wrong kind of corn, you're not going to want to eat it. You got to get the sweet corn. It's a weird souvenir to take home. Last licks for the Twins in a 7-1 Phillies lead.
Car crashes,
Hey, Dad, want to have a catch?
If you build it, he will come.
Go the distance.
Is this heaven?
No, it's Iowa.
Back at the Field of Dreams on Netflix, and the Phillies have taken center stage tonight. Yeah, baseball has marked the time indeed. Here we go, last of the ninth. It's been such a terrific night for families here in Dyersville, and we've really enjoyed being a part of it as well here on Netflix. Little piece of business to finish out here in the last of the ninth. And the former Twin All-Star Yohan Duran on to close things down in a non-save situation with a 6-run lead. Duran has been terrific, unscored upon in 28 of his last 30 outings. Last pitched on Sunday.
Like you said, Hunter, your closer has to end the season, right? And this is a guy that can do it, but that you have to be able to get the ball to him.
Absolutely.
To be able to do his thing. So
it's great to have that weapon.
But yeah, that back end of the bullpen needs to be sewn up so you can get to him.
Brooks 0 for 3 so far tonight. Lee, Culpepper, and Larnach. Last chance for the Twins to try to get something going late tonight. Duran did pitch against his old team, the Twins, after the trade last year. Sent to the Phillies at the deadline, one of a number of players shipped out by the Twins last year, and he had a head-to-head with the old uniform in September.
And that's tough to do for the first time. When you get traded or you end up on a new team and you go back to pitch against the team that you just left either that year or the year before, you got a lot of friends over there. Even the guys that caught you feel like may know something. You know what I mean? So you're on guard a little bit that first time you pitch against your old team.
Nothing but fastballs from Duran so far. A ball and 2 strikes on Lee. That's awesome. So you remember the first time you pitched against the Indians?
Oh yeah, it was opening day as a Yankee. Opening day in the new Yankee Stadium. It was one of the worst mornings of my life.
Oh man,
it was terrible.
I love playing my old teams. You gotta let them know.
Chopper to second for a rise. 32 bites, 1 champion. Vote for the signature dish you would most like to try. Complete the Ballpark Bites bracket for a chance to win tickets to try these decadent bites at a stadium of your choice. Vote at MLB.com/bracket. Hunter, what's your item of choice? What were you, by the way, weren't you making something at the home run derby?
The Schwarbomb.
The ice cream.
Ice cream sundae.
Give me your go-to ballpark food.
I'm a sunflower seeds guy.
That's not food.
I don't really eat food at the ballpark that often. Maybe nachos if I had to. Give me some nachos.
Kalen Culpepper's got a knock tonight. Former first-rounder aboard for the first time.
We talked about the fast hands. Duran throws as big of flames as anyone in the league, and right here, a nice at-bat to get on base. And that's got to feel good for Culpepper here. Get a hit off one of the best closers in the game. Give you some confidence.
So Culpepper aboard with 1 gone. Trevor Larnach will have a 5th at-bat tonight. 2 for his first 2 hitless since. Culpepper not being held on at first base in a 6-run game. Duran's first offering right back into the glove, and that's going to wrap it up tonight. A rocket right back up the box. Yohan stuck his glove out and started the game-ending double play.
And that ball might have caught him.
That ball definitely caught him.
I didn't even see it. He's laughing now, but what a game for the Phillies. Offense, pitching, just an absolute display, and that's got to feel good to come out here and get a big win.
Yeah, we talked about it. You said they've been scuffling since the trade deadline, but to come out here and get a good win against a playoff, hopeful team is big for the Phillies, and I really think this lineup is going to be good for them.
But fun night, and the great scene continues with some post-game pyrotechnics. Brandon Marsh loving every minute of it. Hit a 2-run homer, a couple of homers for Kyle Schwarber, his major league leading 36th and 7th. And the Phillies, after being limited to 1 run in each of their last 2 games against St. Louis, get here to the cornfield and unload a big attack on the Twins.
And Don Mattingly's got to like that. Schwarber set the tone, leadoff home run, and the rest of the lineup followed in suit. Brandon Marsh on base all 4 times, 2 walks, a beautiful single, the home run on the off-speed pitch, and just all up and down the lineup. The Phillies showed why they are World Series hopeful.
I feel like the lefties came out with a good plan. Anything hard in, we're gonna put a good swing on, and they were getting some 4-seamers, not the cutter. And they were putting some good swings and getting some line drives early.
Here's the rocket.
Oh, yeah, just right in the glove. Glove open after the pitch. That's right there.
You know what? He moved the glove a little bit. He saw it all the way. Look at
that.
No chance. Hold on.
That's when the laser beam meets the leather. Right there. Yes, sir.
Had it all the way.
12 hits for the Phillies tonight in a 7-run attack, and 10 of those 12 hits came against their left-handed batters. To your point earlier, CC, Schwarber set the tone indeed, but there were lineup-wide contributions this evening, and it's a night that the Phillies won't soon forget. 7-1 is the final score. Well, we started out tonight, wondering if Mother Nature was going to hold on. She did. Turned into a breezy, comfortable night, and Aaron Nola kind of pushed back the setting sun into the sky tonight. Spun a gem, 3 homers. Pretty fun night.
I feel like the baseball gods were on our side tonight, right? Started off, like you said, with a little bit of rain, but turned out to be a beautiful night. Great game here in Dyersville. Super excited.
Still looking to get those home run balls out of the cornfield as we send it down to Lauren.
And Kyle, congratulations. The cornfield was just about the only place you hadn't hit a home run yet. You took care of that. How do you always meet the moment?
Just up there trying to get a good pitch, got into a good count, and was able to get to a pitch down and in and send it out. Obviously the second one required a little bit of luck there, but it was a great overall day, great experience. We were really excited about this, and fun to be able to walk out with a win.
That second one had crazy hang time just for the drama, yes?
I guess. I guess.
Did you think it was out?
When I hit it, I was like, man, I hit that really well. But I knew from BP the wind was kind of blowing in a little bit, and it was kind of cutting it down. And I kind of stood there, like, I don't know. And then luckily saw it hit the glove and bounce over. But, it was a great all-around win for us. I felt like our lineup did a great job from top to bottom. Grinding on Bradley. He's a really good starter for them. And got him out early, and this was able to keep adding on. Marshy with a great day as well.
Kyle, look at this place. We've watched families all night have a catch. What's your earliest memory in this great game?
Oh, man, so many. But obviously with mom and dad in the backyard, and just trying to work on anything I can. But it was, they were here tonight, so it was awesome to have them here and see the game.
Your guy, Anthony Rizzo, says you're the most famous person in your phone.
Sure. Are you kidding me?
He has gifts for you. What'd you bring, Ant?
Well, first, Kyle, since the Field of Dreams has so much sentiment to a dad, I figure I have a few corny dad jokes for a couple of dads here. These are the Rizzo dad corn jokes. You came to Iowa and immediately started harvesting home runs. Is it safe to say you were stalking the baseball tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go for the next one.
I told him it wasn't going to land.
Before I give you the hot dog and corn in your Letterman jacket, what do you call a single kernel of corn?
I would love to know. I don't know.
A unicorn. And tonight, that's what you were, Mr. Schwarber. You were our unicorn.
Thank you.
So here is a Netflix special hot dog, some Iowa's famous corn. Do you know what we call that?
What do we call this?
A corn dog. Come on.
Come on.
And your absolutely am I going to eat this with you. And your Netflix MVP of the game, Letterman
Let's
jacket.
Go. You feel what?
I feel very honored.
Does talking to Anthony Rizzo as a member of the media make you feel old?
It doesn't make me feel old. It's very weird to look at you and see you holding a microphone and not being in like the cage and talking smack with him. But I mean, it's so great seeing him and seeing what he's doing. And cheers, kid. Let's
Cheers.
go.
Couple corn dogs here.
Let's go. Congratulations, Kyle.
Oh, thank you, Iowa. Beautiful. I love you, Kyle.
Oh, on behalf of the new stand-up comedy sensation, Anthony Rizzo, and everybody else here at the Ha Ha Hole, we want to tell you to take care of your waiters and waitresses. Thanks for coming, everybody. Gallagher coming up next on the side stage. And that's it for us here at the Field of Dreams. Stay tuned for the MLB on Netflix post-game show presented by Strauss. For Hunter Pence, Hall of Famer CC Sabathia, Lauren Shahadi, and our entire crew, Matt Vasgersian saying thanks for watching MLB at Field of Dreams presented by John Deere.